Behind the blue plate, come on, grab your friends. We'll go and play some Tribes Ascend with Dark Matrix and Stowaway. It's gonna be great, it's Behind the Blue Plate.
Hello there, Tribes fans, and welcome to Behind the Blue Plate. It is our 1 year birthday, the 1 year anniversary of this Tribes talk show, and we are absolutely thrilled to have been able to bring it to you for that much time. How are you doing tonight, as always, my good friend Stowaway?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm looking forward to the show. It's going to be a good one. We have a whole host of amazing guests coming up. I woke up and I felt terrible, but through the magic of Tribes, I feel better.
I woke up and I got my my Barry White voice back. I don't know how that happened. So
Your Barry White voice back? I didn't realise you had.
Yeah, occasionally it just drops in now and then, decides to make a visit, and it's showing up for the 1 year anniversary.
Nice.
It is nice. We've got a cool panel. In fact, we have many cool panels for you tonight. But beginning the show, for what we're going to call like the first section or the first segment, we have Jim Christ Winters and Remix. So, like I might have sort of mentioned in the Reddit post, it's going to be a slightly different show. Like I said, we're going to have many panels rather than just the one, and we're going to be just sort of covering cool stuff that we think about Tribes in general, rather than sort of drilling right down into the nitty-gritty detail of what's happened over the past week. So let's begin the introductions with Jim Christ in the corner. How you doing, Jim?
Not bad.
Cool. It's good to have you on the show yet again. You're looking good. You're looking straight tonight.
Yeah, I'm sitting up straight for a change, so you know it's different.
That's it. It's bringing out all the stops for the 1 year show. And how's it been since the last time we had you, which I think was just a few weeks ago before the NATL kicked off?
Yeah, it's been a little busy, a little hectic. Got an ATL going, couple hiccups here and there, but everything's going well, so that's good.
So it's all traveling along as expected then?
Yeah, everything's going as planned, so that's good. No serious issues.
I'm sure we'll encounter them eventually.
Yeah, they always show up. So
outstanding. In the middle window tonight, we've got our old friend Winters from IBN. How you doing this evening, Winters?
Great, man. As a frequent guest on the show over this past year, I'm happy to be here celebrating your first anniversary with you, and I think it'll be a fun one today. A big lineup of guests, not just us, but many, many others. And then at the end, I think we'll be singing "We Are the World" or something like that.
Well, it depends on how many drinks we get down us this evening. Stowe, Jared, do you think it'll be a repeat of the Christmas episode?
Sure. My aim for today is to not make a repeat of the Christmas episode, because I had to recently go over some of that, and it is not fun viewing material if you're one of the people on this panel. If you're me on that panel, it's not fun. I had to look inside myself and really think about who I am as a person after watching that. Not good. But I am on the Jack Daniels tonight, so we'll see.
Cool. And in the bottom right hand corner, we've got Remix. How you doing tonight, Remix?
I'm good, man. I'm excited to be here too. I'm honored as well to be part of the 1 year anniversary of the show. The show's been great. It's been great for the last year, man. You guys doing awesome work for Tribes, and yeah, great thing to celebrate. I hope I'm not missing out on any drinking games. Am I supposed to be drinking right now with the?
Well,
yeah. So I can actually post in the chat a link to the rules for tonight's drinking game. Yazo graciously put it together, as he often does. So I'll post that now, and thou shalt drink when.
So you don't normally drink at 2, 3 in the afternoon and Remix is that?
No, I try not to, because then I just fall asleep for the rest of the day. But
So I'm actually going to read this out for people who might be watching a VOD and maybe want to sit by themselves drinking. I don't know why we would, but thou shalt drink when Doc Matrix mentions birthday, Stowaway mentions 1 year, Winters mentions with a 1, Remix mentions Minimix, Jim Christ mentions NA Tribe, so you already have to drink for that one because we did. Hellamar mentions Netball, APC mentions High Res, Yozo mentions Pugs, Little Mamacita mentions I. Norsmark mentions video games, Nutsons mentions drunk, and Knutson mentions drunk.
That APC one must be new, because I think I heard APC complaining that he wasn't on there.
No, I think I saw it.
Fair enough.
or 3 or more people try and talk at once.
Which usually happens at some point. Many times.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's interesting actually. The Sapphire TA in the chat has already brought up a little piece of history and said, "Where is Arcadizzle?" Now that's a name we haven't heard for a very long time, but a guy who was actually on the very first episode of this show. So basically, I don't know where Arcadizzle is. He doesn't play Tribes anymore. But
Probably looking handsome wherever he is. He's
was
a good-looking dude.
Yeah, indeed. Shared some of your features though.
He went to that CS:GO, I believe. Yes.
I know that he sort of joined up with Curse Gaming along with Johnny the Juicy J. What they actually got up to, I don't know. Like, I think they did produce a little bit of stuff, but I haven't heard much from them. I did hear him casting Counter-Strike alongside Pansy at one of the recent Insomnia events, but aside from that, I haven't heard much from Arcadizzle at all. Yeah.
Wait, he was casting?
Yeah, he was casting. He's
That's
a
interesting.
Counter-Strike caster, or at least he wants to be. Like, he used to play Counter-Strike quite a lot. That's sort of his background.
That's really cool. I think I didn't meet Pansy. I tried to get her to cast with me when I went to I-47. I was like, do you want to come cast some Tribes? And she got back to me, but she said she was on some side room and it didn't really end up happening. I didn't know.
One of my favorite casters. Out to the Lady Pansy and Arky too.
Maybe she meant you were supposed to go join her in the side rooms, though.
Yeah, I didn't
Didn't really pick
I
up
maybe
on
should
that.
have. No, I think I got it, but I was like, it's a bit late now. I don't know.
See, this is why
I
you're
didn't
still
think it
single,
through.
Sto. I'm sorry.
Wow, what was meant to happen there, Doc?
I don't know, but it didn't.
You're right.
So yeah, there's the first blast from the past. Now I do have some pretty cool giveaways tonight. So I'm going to be asking a couple questions which I've got pre-canned into the chat. I'm not sure how we're going to get it. I assume like the first person to answer it correctly will be the winner. But I do have, courtesy of Hi-Rez Nabil, 5 Game of the Year Tribes codes or packs or whatever you want to call them to give away. So that's probably the biggest prize we've had on Blue Plate to give away. So at the moment, like I said, I've got 2 questions sort of pre-prepared, which I'll throw out later on in the show. In fact, I've just got confirmation from APC that we do have that, so excellent. But, you know, I'm open to suggestions for how we can give away the other 3. Yeah, Stowaway, any ideas?
People with Stowe in their name. No. We'll think of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So we'll give them maybe awesome call-ins. Speaking of call-ins, we're gonna keep the lines open pretty much the whole show. So I can see Hatui's already in there. We'll probably drag him in the not too distant future. And yeah, just drop into the mumble at any point. And when there's sort of a lull between the conversation, we'll bring in call-ins throughout rather than just sort of bunching them all up at the end of the show. So if there's anyone particularly you want to talk to on the panel, obviously make sure you join during their segment.
And big shout out to Hi-Rez for giving us them codes. 5 Game of the Year codes. It's really cool for them to give us, especially for such a special show. So big ups.
Yeah, Nabil's a good man. He should be on the show sometime.
You know, I've never actually invited him on. I wanted to get him and Todd on at the same time and talk about like the business of Tribes. I haven't actually followed that up or tried to make it happen, but it would be a pretty cool show to have, I think.
That really would.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We'd have to be very careful with monitoring the call-ins on that one, I think.
Maybe.
He can handle it. He can handle it, believe me.
Yeah, no
I'm
doubt.
sure we can.
APC suggesting a Swag Blaster duel with me if you win you get a code. It's pretty much a guaranteed code for anybody who wants to enter that competition.
Nice.
Alright, cool. Well, Sto, how do we want to sort of progress in terms of what we're talking about tonight? Shall we jump?
So, yeah, I think what we had planned out, and I think this was your idea, Doc, was to go through each one of the panel's favourite moments and Tribes. So, I mean, we've got 3 fine and upstanding members of the community here. Should we just start drilling them?
Yep, sounds good. Well, let's start on the other side of the panel tonight with you, Remix. So we talked about it before the show. We want you to sort of highlight one really important moment or something that was really special for you sort of in your Tribes Ascend playing history. And what would that be for you?
Yeah, that's a pretty general question. So without making it too long, because there's 2 levels of this. The first part of it is probably obvious. You know, obviously NASL was included in that. Because of the experience, like, I was able to be a fan at NASL as well as a player. It was also cool to see like all those people checking out the game and really enjoying it, like the crowd, the excitement. But that's not the best part. I actually ended up calling home. Like, you know, we were rushed out of NASL at the end of you know, when everything was done, and because we had to run, a few of us had to run over to the airport. So I ended up calling home, and I was able to talk to the family. And then I, you know, soon found out that I had, like, you know, some family like all gathered up and watching the game. I got to talk to Mini Mix, and she was actually like really excited. She was so excited. She said, "I saw you, you know, on TV." She told me, "I saw you on TV, and you won." And you know, it was just a really, really, really cool moment. You know, so whether I won or not, it would have been a pretty amazing moment because she was really excited to the fact that she saw me on TV. So yeah, that for me was definitely the most special moment.
So the NASL Grand Finals and all of the things that went along with that.
Yes, everything included, and then the best part at the end.
Yeah, that's really cool that your family all gather together and sitting together and watching something that's obviously, you know, important to you. Like, I don't know if my family would do that. I've tried to explain Tribes to them a few times. It's gone interestingly. My dad sort of gets it, but the rest of them, not a clue. My brother's
Officially
convinced that...
today, NASL has now switched over to World of Tanks.
Is that official now? Did they release something?
I heard about that.
Well, it's Slasher released it, so I guess that's official.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I came home and most of them were like, "I have no idea what was going on, but I'm glad you won." Like,
Yeah,
you know, most of them didn't have any idea, but the fact that it was so accessible just through Twitch was easy. So most of them were just, you know,
Yeah.
I hear you're going to Canada. Yeah, I'm actually going to play a tournament. Can I watch it? They ask, you know, and I'm like, yeah, actually, if you just go to Twitch and, you know, you'll find it, you know. So I linked them, and a few of them got to catch it. So.
I guess.
Well,
that
man,
was
if
cool.
you're like me, it's hard to sometimes with the family explain what it is you actually do. So being able to let them see it, like, oh, okay, yeah, get a better idea of what's happening.
I mean, I've
yeah.
kind of gone into something similar just with, like, trying to explain, because I want to go into broadcasting, and I'd love to do broadcasting for, you know, competitive gaming events, so explaining why I want to do that to my family is really quite a big deal in making sure they understand that I'm not just, like, trying to play games the rest of my life. Yeah, it's definitely, like, a common thing that I've heard across quite a few people.
Yeah, it's hard for people outside of it to see that there is a business side of it. There is a way to pursue some sort of career in gaming in general. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a gamer yourself to pursue a career in the gaming industry, you know, these days. And it's changing, and that's pretty sick.
So, I mean, you've talked about how your family watched it. So you've kind of already answered one of my questions, which was, did they get it? Did they really understand what was happening? But the follow-up question to that is, how has your family been with you kind of making this a bit of a career, certainly with your streaming as well? You know, how have you approached the challenges that come with that?
Tell you the truth, man, it's a lot of just management of time. Like, any second that I'm away from the computer, I really have to be taking care of, you know, other things just to make sure that I can get it all done. And sometimes it's too much, to be honest. This is no official announcement or anything, but, you know, I'm going to be leaving competitive Tribes pretty soon. I'm going to be sticking more to, like, casting and stuff like that, you know. I don't want to leave the scene completely, but I don't think I'm going to realistically have much more time for competitive Tribes. I right now realistically don't have, you know, enough for it. So yeah, there's that.
Fair enough.
Well, hopefully you stay with casting, man. I know I've been casting with Remix on Thursday nights with North American Tribes, and it's been going really well. I mean, this is a guy that knows a lot about the game and brings that to the table, and I think he does great on the mic, and we hope you continue casting for sure, even if you're not in the day-to-day competitive scene, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really hope to continue that on, you know, because it's a skill that I will be able to build up through watching some fun games too at the same time. So yeah, it's always fun to watch good Tribes games, you know, never mind being able to cast it and kind of pick it apart strategically, you know.
Jim, where were you for like the NASL tournament and everything that went down there?
I was there. I'm not sure what you're asking.
Raising
I was
Canada,
there.
man.
Like I was at the venue.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what I'm asking. Like, how was that experience for you?
It was pretty cool. I mean, I think it was more exciting than watching it on a stream, um, because as opposed to watching the like caster's view, I was sitting behind Deadstop, or I guess they were
I think they were mono by then,
at
yeah.
the time. Um, I was sitting behind them, and I couldn't see all their player screens, but I could see a few. So jumping back and of course listening to the cast, it was really exciting.
Can you kind of relate to why Remix would pick that as his number one moment?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, it was. I can only imagine it as a player, because being there as a spectator, and rooting for a team, and seeing them win, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, so I can definitely see that.
The land environment, what it brings, the amount of like just adrenaline that you build up through sheer excitement. You know what I mean? It's just it's unmatched, and I know that a lot of people know that for other games or whatever, but being able to do it for Tribes was actually pretty damn cool.
Okay, so I just want to go back quickly. So you talked about NASL and your family watching, and one person who's particularly excited, your daughter, Minimix. So, I mean, she's been a bit of a celebrity, or a bit of a favourite on the Hi-Res channel herself recently, hasn't she?
Her star is rising.
She has. They don't want me anymore, man. As soon as she's old enough, I'm out of here. I'm gonna step away. I have more time for other things, and she'll take over all this.
Yeah, that'll free up a whole load of your time. So maybe you can stick with competitive Tribes, and she can take over your streaming slot.
Absolutely, yeah. If it lasts that long, I hope it does. I actually made a mini mix account for her on Twitch in case that one day she decides, because I'm gonna let it be her decision if she wants to get into gaming, streaming, all that stuff, on her own. So, I actually made the account so that if one day she wants to take it over, she has it there and ready. So, she obviously can have my equipment anytime she wants to. So, yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, she's.
By the way, this drink.
Drake, oh, mini mix. She's actually on the way out. I'm gonna see if I can get her to come say bye before she leaves. People were asking in the chat.
Cool.
But yeah. What was the
Sorry,
second
I'm
part
just
of that
pouring
question?
another drink quickly here, so someone else might have to.
Yeah, my camera's bugging out. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't
really?
completely blow up. Yeah, I think it's back to normal now, so we're all good. All right, well, shall we move on to perhaps Winters? What was your number one moment in Tribes?
Well, mine's sort of a meta, but here on Blue Plate, I know people are all about the meta. So for me, it would have to be getting involved with casting with the guys at the original Tribes cast. That started back in the old days of the whitelist. If you remember that, I was one of the the few, the proud, the whitelisted, and they took a chance on an unknown guy and got me in. And the next thing you know, it's led to so much. All this esports stuff that has happened since. I've gotten to travel around a little bit and cast for. Well, I casted for NASL, ESL, IPL, all these other Ls since then, and that's been a great thing. And not just the greater esports community, but also the Tribes community in particular, and meet everybody. And it's just been such a great experience. And even when I go to other games, there's always at least one person from Tribes, and just this community, watching it grow over the past year as a caster has been an amazing thing. So I would have to start with that and go from there, just being able to cast this great game and all the opportunities that have sprung from that and all the cool people that I've met from that.
So, I mean, you've grown in that role considerably over the time I've known you. Was getting involved with casting Tribes sort of your entryway into, broadcasting and casting in general?
Oh, very much so. And I have to thank Craig and everybody at the original Tribes cast who made that possible. From there, it just kind of, you meet people, you move on, and you do other things. But Tribes is still the thing in my heart, man. We're still doing this every week with the North American Tribes, which is in full swing right now. We'll be casting tomorrow, and there's games Monday through Thursday. And the community is growing in its own way. There's some very solid teams that are popping up now, and the House League is thriving as well. So, yeah. So it's been not just for me, but for everybody, I guess.
And what took you from that, being a player, being a community member, to getting involved in the broadcasting side of things?
Well, I loved the game. I had a lot of fun with it, and I wanted to experience it more. And I was a big fan of watching the Tribes casts, and it's like, hey, I can do this. This looks like fun. And so, I did the prep work for it. As a radio person, I had a little bit of background and just kind of took it from there. But, and it's been a week-to-week thing ever since then. We've covered so many great tournaments over this past year, and even if other places switch to World of Tanks or whatever, it's there's still plenty of tribes to cast, which is a great thing to me, really.
So I have a question. Do you remember the first time you casted Tribes, and do you remember who was playing, or do you remember how you did?
Oh, Lord. I can't remember the teams, actually. But I believe I was probably on with Craig and Delirium. And shout out to Delirium and all that crew. In fact, a lot of the original Tribes cast crew is still out there casting. We've still got Freaky and Guitar Guy did one last night for ATL, and we're talking to some of the original guys too about coming back and covering more tribes, whether it's with the Pro League or the House League, because there's so much to cast.
That was really kind of the goal with the NATL, was just to do what Tribescast was doing, and that was just having constant games on almost every night. So that's good.
Yep, and we're always looking for more people to get in on castings, so definitely hit us up on the various IBN channels. On the IRC is usually the best place. Even after all these years, yes, people still use IRC as their main form of gaming communication. Either that or Skype, unfortunately.
Do you have, you've casted quite a fair few games. We were talking about World of Tanks earlier that you did a bit of casting for recently, and I've seen you cast a fair few things on the, my mic's gone a bit funny, on the IBN channel. So is there any, advice that you'd give to people who want to get into casting? I'm seeing Board Dan saying, like, I wish I'd stuck with casting. And the EU, we're really suffering with a not many casters, so is there any advice you would give to someone how to get into casting and things to focus on?
Generally, I tell people, I guess the best excuse, it is an excuse. The best advice I can give you is don't be a douchebag. And that will open up so many doors for you. Because you'd be surprised at how many people in gaming don't follow that advice. And it's a big community. I always say the esports thing, but it's very small in its own sense. And so people kind of quickly find out who's cool to deal with and who's not. So be somebody that's cool to deal with. Like Lois Griffin says, just make yourself available.
Good shout coming out there from Family Guy.
There you
Wow.
go.
You find good advice in the weirdest of places, I guess.
No, I'm actually really happy you said that, Winters. I mean, it's so hard to see. I cringe every time I see somebody just being a huge douche, and then it just ruins your, what you think of the person forever. It really puts a stain on their personality. I mean, it's just,
I'm
can't
really
help
sorry,
it. I mean,
Remix. I try.
Yeah, Stowe, you're one of them, man. Like, you really gotta relax, man. You can be a huge douche all the time.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, carry on.
It's true. No, but really, no, it's well said, man. Don't be a huge douche, guys. We're a small community, especially esports in general, but also just tribes. We gotta be cool with each other. It's gonna take, all of us to make anything really happen for ourselves.
I think you can get t-shirts that say "Don't be a dick." So maybe that could be like a new IBN kind of official uniform thing. Just IBN, don't be a dick, or don't be.
Well,
a dick.
Well, I think Will Wheaton's got "Don't Be a Dick."
Give a nod to the tribes community because they've been really great, especially lately. I know that some of the more negative Nancys have kind of fallen off, and a lot of the people, the core group that remains, are really cool. And we've talked about they're very open with these new teams, and they help the new teams, and they share a lot of information, and they try to bring people up in the game. And that's a very commendable thing. I mean, we've got a very nice community here. 'Cause in the first-person shooter thing, sometimes it gets kind of chippy, a little bit of shit talk and so forth. But a little bit of that is fun. It keeps it lively. But the intent is another thing. And I want to say that the Tribes community has really grown in maturity. It seems like everybody's been really cool with each other, and we really appreciate that, not just as casters but as members of that community. I think that's a great thing, and I encourage it to continue.
So
Absolutely.
Winter's message of the day, Yiddish. I think I can agree with that.
Yeah, man. It's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with all of that, and particularly from the point of view that, it's changed a lot, like since, maybe 9-10 months ago when, and people were saying it at the time, just wait, they'll go away, they'll get bored eventually, and they did. I think you'd be actually pretty hard-pressed to find anybody with a really decidedly negative attitude that's left in the community. Admittedly, the community shrunk a bit during that time, and now it's on the growth again. And I think it's on a growth in a really healthy and positive way. So, cheers to everyone for sticking around, I guess.
Yeah, I think Beyond the Blue had a lot to do with that. I think you guys might not be giving yourselves credit. You guys started the whole positive attitude after, the whole
We
blow up
started
of
the
the
whole
negative.
Iris apologist move. apparently.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I mean,
almost a
accused of
radical
being-
thing to be positive in this day and age, But
Yeah.
but positive heroes are good, Mr. Rogers, Andrew WK, the Based God,
Andrew
Superman.
WK, did you say Andrew WK?
I did. I
Oh
love
my
Andrew
god,
WK.
we need to talk later, man. He's awesome. Oh man.
Well, I mean, we went through our own growing pains as well. Like, there were certain shows that we had that were decidedly negative. I remember one show in particular with someone from the old Heartbreakers.
I remember this, I think.
It wasn't Mim, it was the other guy. I don't
He was like
remember.
Mary?
flipping out, right? He was
Is it
really
Mary?
upset.
I don't know if it was Mary either. Anyway, let's maybe not single out whomever it was, but it started this massive, like, holy crap, the game is just completely ruined and blah 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 blah. And I think I learned after the fallout from that episode that we can discuss negative topics, but there's a difference between discussing the negative issue and really dwelling on it and making it, because it was an issue that got bigger than it really was or should have been. And it was because we focused so much on the negative aspect of that. No, it wasn't Loach, it was someone else. And yeah, so, we did go through our own growing pains. And I made it a point, particularly when we moved from Behind the Blue Plate Twitch channel to the Tribes Ascend Twitch channel, that we weren't going to stay away from negative issues if there were genuinely negative issues to discuss. But we definitely took a different approach on them, which was, well, let's just try to attack this from every angle and try to get something positive out of it. So have the healthy discussion, but not leave everyone with this horrible, rotten taste in their mouth at the same time.
Yeah, I remember that was something that we discussed. I think it was Hyris Nabil who contacted us about starting stream on this channel, and it was like, we definitely don't want to change how we do the show. And Nabil was very positive in his response, saying, no, we don't want you to change how you do the show. We want you to just do the same show on our channel, which, once again, was really great. And I think we stuck to that pretty well. We try and look at things from both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about that at some point, because there were those few shows of the negatives going on or whatever. But I think it's true here too. It's the intent. If you're looking at it to look at like how it could be fixed, or think about like positive ideas on how to fix problems and things like that. Like, that's different than just talking about it in such a negative light and only that. So.
Sure, because
but-
there's times when the frustration is understandable, but for me, it's just like life's too short. You know what I'm saying? It's a video game, right? I mean,
Yeah,
we're trying
right.
to escape from that sort of thing, in playing video games, and yeah, it's not always like we want it to be. Everything's not perfect or whatever, but I think that steps are always being made, and it helps when people can kind of be chill about the process.
Okay, well,
Absolutely.
I think that'll probably, unless there's more we can go on to covering with Winter's topic, we can probably...
No, I want to hear what Jim Christ says about his perfect tribes moment.
So just
Well, hang on,
quickly,
no, we'll
Winter's,
definitely
where
get to that.
Oh, I was just
we're
going to
not
say
gonna let
Winter's...
Jim.
Yeah, no, we'll wait on Jim.
Oh,
We can
it's
wait
so
on him.
typical.
Where can people reach you, and where can people reach IBN?
Oh, get ready to drink. Okay, I'm Winners with the One. You can
I
reach
wanted
me
to
at
set
Winners
that
with the
up. Why
One
would you
on
say that?
Twitter.
Drink.
You say you write the whole with the one when you put it down. It's like a pimp named Slickback. You got to say the whole thing. So Winners with the One on Twitter. And you can reach us at IBN Casting as well. Like I said, we will be casting Tribes on Thursday, and then Friday night, it's Friday Night Hockey ? The first-person hockey game of the future, and they've just added all new spec tools to the game, so that's a lot of fun. So yeah, IBN Casting and Winners of the One, and Twitter's the best place to do it because it's 140 characters, and I'm lazy, and it doesn't take long to do.
Awesome. So you should definitely check that out. Winters is one of my favorite casters that there has ever been. So
It's
definitely
that
check it
voice,
out.
dude. That voice is
Oh
too
yeah,
good, man.
absolutely.
It's like you can get upset with games because your competitive nature comes out, but then if Winters came out of nowhere, like you're getting mad about the game or something like that, and Winters' voice came out of nowhere in your headphone and said, "Don't worry, everything's okay." Like
You know
everything's
it's
gonna
going to be okay. It
Yeah.
just is.
It's
Well, I
Things
true,
can't
appreciate
go
it,
wrong.
gentlemen.
He's going to look
Thank you.
after you.
Winters is like a warm blanket in wintertime. All right, before we go to Jim Christ, we're going to take the first call in because he's been sitting there for a while. So let's talk to Hatui. How are you doing this evening, Hatui?
Hey, what's up?
Yo,
What up, Hatui?
Oh, cool! The number 1 raider in the world. What's up, man?
Hey, I never said that. I never said that. I said one of them.
I'm saying it for you, man. Don't worry about it.
So, I
Oh,
wanted to
Lord.
say, when were you going to tell us, Remix, that you're going to be quitting soon? I'm disappointed.
Ooh,
Oh,
Busted.
I was gonna tell you guys after this season.
this is going to get awkward.
That's why I said it's not like an official statement,
Oh,
to be
geez.
honest. Because if I can make time for Tribes, I'm going to. So I'm pushing for that. It's not official yet. That's why I said it's not official, but it's definitely in the back of my mind, dude. I've been really busy, and I think you guys have been feeling that.
So, Denal Esports looking for a sniper? Anybody? Anybody?
Yeah, just
Hey
get it.
man,
I'll
I'll
man.
try it out. Like I'm
What-
pretty.
What's
good.
so?
I already
Jeez.
got mini mix for you, dude. See, I'm thinking ahead, and I got your back.
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
I got you.
Cool. Was that it, Hatui, just to grill
No,
remix?
I was going to also say, I hope everybody appreciates what you guys do, like behind the blue plate, and appreciate high res as well. So, yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Well, thank you very
Awesome.
much for
Happy
your thoughts,
first
man.
year anniversary.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
Thanks
You
very
too.
much. Cool. That
Cheers,
was
Hatui.
Hatui.
Later, Hatui.
Oh, remix. What?
You just saying?
I just said bye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I appreciate that guy too. You know, he's always looking for duels in IRC. So if you want to get better at the game, you want to duel one of the best, if not the best. And he denies it, but you know, I asked that night. I asked 20 people in TeamSpeak. They're like, "Yes, he did say he was the greatest raider in the." But you know, I let him have that because he definitely works for it. I think he should own that title.
He's got a lot of pride, man. He's not willing to admit defeat to anybody at any time, and that's a
Yeah,
that's
that's
true
a
gamer.
good trait. It really is.
Cool. Well, let's move on to Jim Christ. Jim, what is your number one moment in Tribes?
Well, I think, like, how Tribes related does it have to be? Just in general,
As
anything.
vague
Just
as you
Tribes
want.
just has to be in the
Maybe if you even
sentence.
mention
Okay,
the word.
okay. So it doesn't have to involve me playing Tribes.
No,
Not at
no,
all. No.
Good, because it doesn't. So I think like my number one Tribes moment would have been after we did the NATL finals. I think we did it on a Sunday, and you know Dodge did an amazing job and was definitely a large part of it. APC linked me on Monday or Tuesday a PC Gamer article, and of course that was talking about things to watch in it, or something to watch, and that being the NATL finals, and it had a link to the YouTube video and a link to NATribes.com and all that stuff, and I think that was kind of the number one moment in Tribes for me.
Seeing like your production get into a real sort of
Well, I mean, it was seeing because so many people were involved in both the NATL season in general as well as the finals, and it was just seeing that the community had come and been a part of organizing this tournament and supporting it, and all the players who came and supported us back when we did the invitational. I wasn't sure if that was going to work. We had no real prizes, we just had gold.
The Gym Invitational.
right?
Yes, as it shall be known.
And then so it was just really cool to see, you know, that the community had put together this event which not only so many people in the community enjoyed, but someone from PC Gamer had thought was, you know, good enough to go and put an article on their website about. So that was it. It was really just seeing that, you know, the community had come together and supported and helped, like, all the casters, all the players, all the people who did camera for us, you know, all these different people come together, and as a community we had, after, you know, Tribes tournaments had stopped in like September, I think, with CSN 2, and that was the end, and there was nothing. And it was that, you know, the community could come together and fill this void, and in my opinion, not to, like, you know, toot my own horn or anything, but the community did a better job than any of those people did, I think. Any of those organizations did in putting on a tournament. So that was really something I felt that was, you know, a good moment.
Yeah, and I think with putting on events and stuff like that, there's two kind of types of feedback you can get. You can get feedback from the community who watch it anyway, and, you know, we're talking about the people who are watching now in the community who are interested in competitive tribes, and it's great to have, you know, great feedback from them saying that the tournament was put on, the broadcast was good, but then having someone from the outside of the community as well to come in and recognise the effort that people are putting, I think that's really important. Like, I can understand why, you know, you were very happy with someone from, like, you know, a magazine like PC Gamer and coming on saying that you guys did a good job and this was out there and it was a good thing. So yeah, I can definitely appreciate that.
And, you know, I'll echo the comment Jim made in saying that the community run effort was one of the best ever done, and I think that's because it was a community run effort. The reason that tournament existed was because of the passion of the community, and if you compare that to the other tournaments that Jim mentioned, NASL and CSN, they were organizations running a tournament because it was kind of their job to do so. And the difference in that, where people are doing it either because it's a requirement or they're getting paid or whatever, compared to the community, they're doing it just because they love it and they want the game to continue and to succeed. I think that's what made night and day difference.
Yeah, and where are they now, right? I mean, that's another feather in the cap of the community. I mean, NASL has moved to World of Tanks. CSN is, I believe, down to selling old Brood War jerseys. And right, here's the community keeping this, quote, dead game, unquote, well alive here, you know, a year later. So, again, another reason to be proud of the people that are involved in Tribes and what they're doing, and just from the ground up, it really is.
I just want to add on something, a rule to the drinking game, that whenever a Winters mentions World of Tanks, you have to drink. But yeah, I think consistently the community has produced some of the best stuff out of Tribes, and that's been something I think that, you know, has been consistent. The community is a large group of people compared to a company, but, you know, the community is just, I love the Tribes community. It's been great, you know, just knowing people within it and seeing that what people within the community has produced. Not saying that other people like ESL and, you know, Hi-Rez and whoever have not produced good things, because they have, but I think the community has done a really good job in self-organizing themselves and producing great things.
I think it's I mean, it's also really cool, and another kind of related thing that was really cool about that was, you know, we got front paged for a lot of the NATL, and I assume that is the reason, you know, this guy from PC Gamer actually saw the game. I don't think he would have otherwise. I'm guessing, but, you know. And it was really cool to not only see all the people coming in and saying in chat, hey, what is this game? Hey, this looks like a lot of fun, you know, showing that there's still tons of people who maybe haven't heard of Tribes and are interested, and they're there to be reached, you know, and that continues to this season when we get front page. Last game, I sat there reading the chat, and there's more people saying, hey, what is this game? This looks really fun. And then there's other people saying, you know, I want to come back, Tribes. But I think the coolest thing was watching those games. You know, we would get up to we got up to 1,000 viewers, over 1,000 viewers for the finals. But, you know, when we were front page, we get anywhere above 600, and then at 11 we'd stop being front paged. And at the end of the broadcast, even though, you know, the numbers would have dropped by maybe 100, maybe 200, there was still tons of people who didn't play Tribes who were sticking around to watch the game. And I think that was another really cool thing. It was really just showed to me that, hey, because when we got front page, I didn't know if it was going to be, if other people were going to want to watch it, and it really showed that yeah, they do. So that was really exciting to me.
It generally seems that way. Anytime we get front page to any kind of competition, like we hold the numbers really well here, and that definitely speaks to the game. Like people, and you see so many people in chat saying, "How have I never heard or seen this game before?" I just think the Tribes got a raw deal. It didn't get enough exposure in the beginning, and I think that even with this stream here, the Tribes Ascend official stream, if this was here from the beginning, I think that things might be different today. But with all that said, I think that also the negative people that were in the community before definitely put a little sour taste in people's mouth about, it's easy to rule it out and just say Tribes is dead because there's people actually saying it. But who actually believes that? Like that's the real question. Like all these people that left Tribes is dead people, they're not having fun in the games that they're playing right now. I've spoken to so many of them, and they either want to come back or just don't have a good enough reason to come back, and they're still searching for a game to replace Tribes. Really, you can't replace Tribes.
Yeah, I see those guys, and they are in the Reddits of other games hating on those games now.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of people who maybe were fairly a little too self-important and decided that when they wanted to quit playing Tribes, that meant the game was dead. And people said it since July or August all the way through the fall and up to now, and people still say it when they quit the game, and it's like, really? Because when we go and host this we're still seeing around the same amount of teams, around 20 teams signed up for the House League, and 20 teams signed up for the House League plus 8 signed up for the Pro League, plus the other teams you hear about that are just forming or took a season off or something. There's plenty of Tribes teams out there. I mean, yeah, sure, it's no like League of Legends, but I mean, as long as there's people to play Tribes with and have fun, the game is definitely not dead. So.
Yeah, one of the things that when this whole discussion was going over time, why isn't Tribes made it as an esport, and one of the reasons that I sort of held important was that it's a 7v7 game, difficult to get those sort of teams together, blah 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 blah. But it's interesting when is what you keep talking about, that other game, that World of Tanks game, 7v7. And I think the standard game mode for World of Tanks is not 7v7 either. So it's like this really interesting, comparison to Tribes, where there's this game that the main game mode isn't quite exactly the same as the competitive game mode. The competitive game mode is teams of 7, and it's becoming quite popular now. Admittedly, Wargaming, the company that sponsors World of Tanks, has got so much money.
So much money.
Oh, apparently they make just an outrageous amount of money from Russia for some reason. So they can obviously kind of fund this growth of the game, as it were. So like sort of artificially growing just because of the amount of money they can throw at it. But it's just interesting that even, maybe if you take that away, that it still seems to be catching on a little bit. And yeah, it would have been cool, or it may be cool to see in the future how Tribes can still... I guess it's reduced my adherence to that, opinion that the problem with Tribes is that it's 7v7 and you can't sustain that. And seeing another game do it makes me think, well, maybe that's not a problem anymore.
Yeah, and one has to wonder if the answer really is throwing a whole bunch of money at the game. It will remain to be seen if that works out too. But here we are with tournaments that the NATL and EUTL have cash prizes and stuff. So it's not just Tribes Gold.
Absolutely.
So that's it.
Okay, I really hate to be that guy. We should really be pushing on any second now, so we can let these guys say goodbye. I mean,
cool.
We should probably start wrapping up each person. So Remix, maybe your final thoughts and shout-outs and stuff like that, and we can get to a break and bring the next people on.
Final thoughts, man. Just keep supporting Tribes, guys. Don't let it go, because there's no reason to let it go. Honestly, don't let it go. We can make another push here. I think, even though I might be stepping away from the competitive scene pretty soon, I still want to take, a role in the community in any way I can, getting teams better. Offering suggestions to teams and stuff like that. So feel free to give me a shout in IRC if you guys need help. If you're a team trying to figure out, or even an individual player trying to figure out how to get into the game or get better at the game or take it to the next level, whatever. I'm willing to help, like wholeheartedly. I'm not going to charge you for your time, for my time, nothing. If I have an extra minute, I will help you out. and there are plenty of people in the community like that. So yeah, let's keep pushing, man. Tribes is where it's at, dude. That's the only shout out I want to give today because of the importance and the level of it. But yeah.
Cool. Winners, over to you.
Well, it's always a pleasure, Doc and Stowe, and always fun to be on this show, and I thank you for having me on yet again, and hope to do so many times in the second year of Behind the Blue Plate, which will be happening from here on out. And you guys are doing a great job. You've done a lot for the game, and we appreciate you. You know, we've talked a lot about positivity and negativity on here because, you know, it's a time of reflection because, you know, it's a celebration, bitches. Enjoy yourselves, and there's so much to look forward to in the year to come and the years to come. As I think the support of the game is there and the people are there, and so let's continue to have fun with it. I'm Winners with the One. You can find me at Winners with the One on Twitter. And yes, there's 2 drinks for my last part there, and I be in casting, but also Winners with the One drink.
Shut up. Okay, Jim Christ, over to you, mate.
All right. Sorry. So, final thoughts and shoutouts. I guess just shout out to. I guess I'll give a shout out to anyone who has helped out with the community, helped out with anything we've done. I really don't want to list them all off because I'm going to miss people and then I'll feel bad. So they know who they are. And I'm sure other people know who they are as well. So, shout out to them. Shout out to everyone who, either plays in the NATL or watches it, because, again, those are the people who kind of make it a huge success. And, shout out. I got to give a shout out to Hi-Rez APC by name. I mean, I think, I would like to say, he's asked for it in the chat, but I'll also say, because it reminded me that I think APC is one of the reasons we have so much. One of the main reasons we have so many things going on in the community now, just because he's someone from Hi-Rez sitting there, every day, putting tons of support into anything the community tries to do. So, shout out to him. And then I better finish off. So just head over, check out if you get a chance natribes.com.
Drink.
I should probably say that. And tonight at 10 p.m. we have an NATL match. If I was prepared, I could tell you who it was, but I'm a little underprepared, although I might figure it out. Egocentric versus TXM should be a good game, and that will decide. TXM has a chance to at least tie with Egocentric as a result of that game, and maybe secure a spot in the Pro League playoffs. And then, of course, tomorrow night, Vex versus the new team, Team Nitron, a mixture of Who Legs wins, some former Beacon Stop players, all kinds of people. So that should be a good game as well. Both of those are 10 p.m. Eastern. And then,
Then after that, I think it's Generator versus Stack and Hack.
Oh, that'll be a good one for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, guys, Jim, Winners, and Remix for coming on the show and celebrating this 1-year birthday party / anniversary with us. It's been awesome to have you on. Look forward to having you on next time. Until then, we're going to go to a quick break. Going to sort out our next guests. Now, we're going to have something really special at the end of this break, like immediately. Stowaway prepared this really cool video, so don't go anywhere. You'll probably have about 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes, depending on how long it takes me to get everything prepared. And then,
probably 3 minutes.
Probably 3 minutes. Okay, go for 3.
Just quickly, Doc, I'm going to cut in there. Thanks, Jim Christ, Winters, and Remix, so much for coming on. We really do appreciate you guys, and the community appreciates you guys so much. So thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, thank you, guys.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll go to the break, and like I said, after about 3 minutes, click on the video, and then we'll get into the next section.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome back, Tribes fans. Now, unfortunately, due to the wonders of XSplit, I've got to do these regions live. So stow away, fill for me. Oops,
Okay, so
this is the wrong
welcome
panel.
back, guys. We have a bit of a cool thing coming up for you at the moment. But before that, we're going to show a quick video that I put together for our anniversary. And it's hopefully going to be something that you'll enjoy and maybe laugh at and reminisce like I did when I was making it. I had a lot of fun making it. It was really nice. So I hope everyone's paying attention. And we'll roll the clip in a second. It's basically just a little anniversary video for me, Doc, and someone very special who you can see on screen right now that people are very excited to see, Mr. Roxton Kai from Cogs and Ink. So whenever you're ready, Doc, let's roll the video.
Alrighty then.
Oh, look at that face. Oh my.
Okay, we are live. Hello everybody and welcome to Behind the Blue Plate. This is our first episode of what will hopefully be a regular occurrence, hopefully weekly if we can get enough content, and with everything we've seen in the past week I don't think that will be a problem at all. So I'm going to introduce the people that will be behind the show for this week. First of all, we've got Roxton. Roxton, how you doing?
Very well, thank you. Hello, James.
Couple of delays.
Oh shit! Oh no! No!
Beer in the keyboard.
What's going on?
Uh-oh. Stowe. Come back, Stowe. Oh no! Okay, Stowe's computer just blew up. Stowe's gone. Oh, poor Stowe.
Come on, flag carrier.
Now it is to Yuzzo.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm a fine and upstanding member of the community. Okay, heads, tails, coin. Okay, heads is Epix, tails is Matten. I dropped the coin.
Don't see that coming. Alright, Yasu, we're gonna do rock, paper, scissors. I'm Matten and you're FX. You ready?
Okay, tails.
There you go. Stowaway did an excellent job putting that together. Some pretty amazing memories in that little sequence. I think probably the highlight for me out of that one is that screenshot where we're on the front page of Twitch. That was a very cool moment for me. That was really special.
I was sure to screen cap that when did it. And just quickly before we start talking to Roxton here, I do want to shout out to some specific people because it was said in the show. And by the way, I'm not red because I'm drunk. I'm red because I'm sunburnt. I really want to quickly go over some certain people. Firstly, it is to Roxton. I mean, you started the show with Doc. You made it happen in the first place, and here we are a year later, and it's still going. So, amazing shout out to you, Yuzzo. You've been an amazing guest, coming on multiple times, and you've just been a great friend throughout the whole thing. Shaz, amazing theme song that you've done for us, which has been really nice of you. APC, always coming on as a guest and always being really supportive and helpful whenever he can. And the same goes to Nabil and Bart. They've both been as helpful as they can be whenever possible. And Bart obviously coming on the show a couple of times. Jim McComb making our logo, our 3D animated logo. That's really nice of him, and Varun for making the screens we are using right now. Hi-Rez have been, giving us prizes to give away for a long time now, and that's been really great of them to do. So that's really nice of them to do, and everyone who's been a guest on, and we've had like you said and saw in the credits, like loads and loads of people come in for guests, several of them multiple times, and been real favourites for people watching, and anyone who's called in and given us some useful comments. It's been really amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll echo everything you just said, Stowe. I couldn't thank everybody more than you have in terms of everybody coming on and making the show what it is. And just to add to that, the other thing I'd say is thank you to everyone who's ever watched the show. There's no point broadcasting if there's not an audience, and it's just incredible that you guys come out week after week and support us and watch us. And it's been incredible watching the show grow over the last year. And getting more and more kind of I guess what's the word for it? Legitimacy, I suppose. Coming onto this channel was a really big moment for us as well. So yeah, everybody's ever been involved in anything to do with Blue Plate, whether it's just watching it, calling in, being a guest, or helping us out with things like graphics. Thank you very much, and you guys are awesome. But the special guy at the moment is also very awesome, and that's you, Roxton. Welcome back to Behind the Blue Plate.
Thank you very much. Very, very happy to be here indeed.
So, I mean, one of the things I wanted to start with by having you on, some people might not have been around since the start. So, we started this thing, like I said, a year ago. Technically a year ago tomorrow, but this was the closest date to it, so that's why we're doing it today.
God, I can't believe it's a year. That's ridiculous.
Everyone keeps saying that to me. It's like, I can't believe it's a year. It's like,
Crazy.
That's how far we've come. So I wanted you to maybe give the background about how this show got started.
Okay, just trying to remember. God, that really was a while ago. Okay, from what I recall, I mean, the first I heard about this was, I think it was you came to me. I'd been, I can't remember why now. I started making guides.
You were doing the
for Tribes.
videos and stuff. That's how I knew
I was
you.
making guide videos. That was it. And posting them to Reddit, and people seemed to, despite the fact that actually looking back at them, like kind of, once I'd started casting games, looking back at those guides and realised, that is really bad advice, like terrible advice. If you follow that, you're probably going to be one of the worst players there has ever been, because that was about the standard of me when I made those guys. But people seem to like them anyway. Yes, and then you came to me and you said you'd been. Had you already started casting at that point?
Yeah, we'd been casting. The three of us had been casting.
Only for a little while, maybe
Not
a
for very
few
long.
weeks or a month at most.
I think I hadn't really seen much of the casting scene. Like, I was beginning to become aware of it because I was trying to get in touch with better players so that I could get more information for the guides I was making, and that's when I started drifting into it. And then, yes, you got in touch and you said, well, look, we're planning on running this weekly show, this video podcast, and need another co-host. How about it? And that sounded pretty fantastic to me, so I went with it. And I mean, you're massively overselling me here, really, because it was really it's really all you, and of course, not Stowaway carrying a huge amount of it as well now. But I mean, the initial setup was all you. You did all the work. You got all the guests on. You did all the community relations. You built everything. It was fantastic.
But you provided that sexy voice and face to go along with this bold mug, this very red thumb, as I've been called in the past.
Thumb, wow.
Yeah, apparently I look like a thumb, so yeah. I'm not sure who brought that one on, but that's a running gag at the moment. Yeah, but no, honestly, Ross, it certainly couldn't have happened without your support, because I wasn't going to do it by myself. And yeah, I guess from my point of view, everything that Roxton said is correct. We were starting to cast, we were starting to broadcast. My personal history with Tribes was back in Tribes 1, over 10 years ago now. I was casting that, and I thought, well, I really like this version of Tribes as well. I'd like to get more involved in that. And at the time, I was getting quite involved with, well, not involved, but watching a lot of shows like State of the Game. And I'm like, well, why can't Tribes have one of these as well? And that's kind of where the idea came from. I just like, well, we can probably do this as well. I think there's enough content and enough people both playing the game and interested in watching it that we can make a talk show out of it. And now here we are, a year later, and still going strong and still growing, which is cool.
And I think I remember very specifically when you guys announced it. I saw it on Reddit, the post about you guys starting this thing. I was like, damn. I wish I'd said something first. I wish I'd said something. I was really jealous of the fact that you guys were starting up this thing, and it was really cool. So, like, instantly after the first episode, I was like, message Doc, if you ever need a guest for the show, I'll come on. I think I was on the second episode.
You were
really,
on episode number 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were.
Us three were a bit of a casting team, like, a little while ago. I think the first cast we did might have even been 4chan, like, V Tribes.
I think you and Rockstar might have
it
covered
was
that.
It was something like that. That was definitely
Yeah.
one of the early ones. I don't know if that was if that was a first.
Yeah,
So
and
it
we
was definitely
were,
one of the early ones, wasn't it? That was where we started.
and we started just us three casting tribes. It was always 2 of us, or maybe 3 at the odd time, casting games together, and it was really fun. And I was just really happy with it, and you guys did a great job even introducing the show. We saw a bit of
Oh, that is the most
the initial
awkward
show.
introduction.
It's not as bad as you say it is. Come
Oh
on. It's
man,
not that bad.
I cringe watching that. Honestly,
No, it could be worse, man. It could be worse.
Welcome to Behind the Blue Plate. Here we are. Hopefully, it keeps
Come
going.
on, give yourself
Well, to be
some
fair,
credit. It was
that
good.
is what first episodes are for.
That's true.
And, it is actually kind of, again, all the production values is basically is dog, with obviously help from the community for various graphics and so on. But the production values on this, I mean, I remember the very first shows we started at, and then it actually accelerated very quickly, and now it looks fantastic.
I remember your initial pop filter was a sock over your microphone.
Yeah, it still is.
Okay.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, actually no. Right now, I'm actually missing a pop filter. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Is that in front of the webcam? Yeah, it fell off.
How are you
going
going to stop your pops?
I don't know.
You gonna get a new sock, or?
So yeah, I could do. I guess that sounds a bit extravagant, but I'm sure I could find one somewhere.
Oh man.
So we were going to use this this little segment to kind of go through our favorite moments in Tribes, and I can't think of anyone better to start with than yourself, Roxton. So you have been away for a while, but during the time that you were quite heavily involved in Tribes, what was kind of your biggest standout moment? What was the coolest thing for you in Tribes Ascend?
There are a couple of minor moments which probably aren't the coolest things, but in terms of individual moments, they're big for me. And I think the first one was the I assume they're still running the pickup groups running in the evenings on the Mumble servers. And I think my very first game of that, I went in and I just finished making the guide on Juggernauts. So I thought, okay, I'll volunteer myself this heavy offense, and I did, and got in. And teams weren't especially. We had a couple of very good players on each team, but I obviously wasn't very good. But this was in the days where a lot of very heavy defense on stand was still quite popular. You'd often have a couple of technicians and a Doombringer loitering around, and so I was able to go up on Oxnavina and just stand on the thing and shell over and over and over again. And I was getting an awful lot of points, an awful lot of credits, getting loads and loads of kills. And then I think at some point someone said, "Oh yeah, Roxton, do you want me to call you in an ammo inventory?" And then he looked at my phone and said, "Oh no, you don't need one." And I don't know, it was a moment of a very minor thing, but being validated in some way by another player and being told, yes, you are doing something well at this, a game which is hard to master. Even when you're doing something very, very basic, it was very, very satisfying. And that was, if you want an individual moment, that was probably the thing which made me happiest at the time, looking back on it. But overall, I think the biggest thing was, partly running behind the blue plate was obviously fantastic, but the big thing was really the casting, which was with you two guys. The majority, all my casting, I think I did like 2 things solo. It was all with you guys, all with that support, and it was such fun, and I do miss the casting. And it, in general, especially when you get to see the chance of really, really good players doing really, really good things. I remember a couple of games with Mupp again, and some incredible long distance kills. Mortar kills on the flag carrier, which were very, very impressive to watch and so much fun to cast. And I'm sure if I could be bothered to trawl through my couple of hundred videos on the YouTube channel, I could find the moments where I scream incoherently when the flag carrier explodes a couple of meters away from his own flag stand, a mortar which was fired literally from the other side of the map. Moments like that really, really made it. And what was being mentioned a bit before the break, the general feeling of the community and the way that this is a game which is meant to have died. Like, everyone has said that this game is dead, and yet somehow it's still going and the viewer numbers are going, and it's fantastic. And yes, you're all meant to be constantly drinking.
Yeah, one of the drinking rules is Roxton, so...
Yep.
You got to be drinking. I've been steadily getting through my beverage, my tasty beverage.
I'd like to sort of, I remember when we started casting, we actually started casting the pugs themselves.
God, we were terrible, weren't we?
It was, I don't really like watching them, I'll be honest.
I
just
will
trying to
go
make
onto
stuff
that in a
up
second.
and making up such rubbish, just utter garbage that, just seemed to fit at the time. But when you look back at it, it's
Yeah.
like, that's not at all what was happening.
Because I have all the I just want to say quick, I have all the casts I've ever done. Not maybe every single one of them, but I have a cast, the first Tribes Ascend cast I ever did. I have it. And it's me with Swart. Doc Matrix, do you remember Swart?
Yeah, I know Swart.
Oh,
He was a
man.
positive individual.
He was a positive individual. He loved Tribes. He thought it was a great game, and we casted together. Man, we were.
Was it Swart that got the 2 birds tattooed on his chest? Was that Swart?
Yes, that was Swart. Yep. Great guy.
Oh, I missed
playing,
this.
Playing Lil Mamacita Mrs. Swart. So I don't even know how he even knew, but that cast is, I still have it, and it's embarrassing to even consider watching.
Wow, there's a whole bunch of casts. In fact, you've got like this playlist.
Yeah, I've got a playlist of all the casts I ever did. I started casting
Wow.
the Reddit Pug Mumbles. Whenever I didn't get picked, I was like, oh, may as well cast
You
this
can
game.
see instantly which are the ones which I recorded because they've all got letterboxes around the edges.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, the 4x3.
Oh, that's right. I
the
remember your
ones,
connection wasn't the best, Roxton.
No.
I remember
and
the
neither
day
was
when
my
you
monitor.
upgraded.
God. Yep. Oh, the day I moved from Virgin Media to whatever it was, BT, I think. God, it was
Look
incredible.
at that Sapphire already linking it. It was an 8v8 on Dry Dock. Oh man, that's embarrassingly bad. We were literally calling out what happened in the game and no analysis whatsoever.
Yeah, my initial casting was just casting pubs, but just recording it locally, trying to figure out what I was doing again.
Yeah, you did it a bunch of times and then didn't ever put them out.
I've
did you?
never put them. I will never release those videos.
Do you still have them?
I do. I think I
Oh,
do. I might have cleared them out because I've been sort of, pulling everything together for reasons which we'll discuss a little bit later on.
Yes.
But yeah, I remember like doing it for about 10 minutes, and I was basically, think of the way Bart casts, right? Just a million miles an hour, but I was tripping over every second word, and I remember doing it for about 10 minutes, just holding my head in my hands, going, "What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing?" And I nearly gave up then and there, but I'm glad I kept with it.
Yes. Okay, so we should probably push through. So, Doc, do you want to go first with your favourite tribe moments, or shall I go?
I'm not fussed. Shall we flip a coin?
Yeah, I mean, Tails.
I don't actually have a coin.
Hang on, I might.
I have a
I
coaster.
have a phone.
I have a beer coaster here.
Okay, go for the beer coaster.
You can pick either cute, sexy lady
It's
or
heads.
I'll go for
Peroni.
sexy lady.
Okay. Flipping, and it is not cute, sexy lady. It is just
Okay, so
Peroni.
it's you.
Okay,
You
so
go
it's me.
first.
Alrighty. Yeah, so mine was basically getting the opportunity to go to Paris. Without a doubt, that was definitely my highlight in Tribes, being able to get invited and then get taken out to Paris and then cast alongside Bart for probably the biggest European finals that we've had so far, which was a LAN finals. Getting to meet all those players, as my camera's decided to lose its focus. Getting to meet all the players, hang out with everybody, and really kind of be put on the spot a little bit. I took that cast so seriously. I've still got a binder of information that I put together. It's like about 40 pages, a page on every player, a page on every team, and it was the first time I'm like, yeah, I'm actually doing this for real this time, and that was awesome. I can't explain how important that was to me as a person, as a caster, to go out and do that live, that event. And I can't explain how much fun I had just meeting everybody and getting to hang out with all the players there. It was just incredible, and I wouldn't trade that for anything.
Yeah, man, I was so jelly. I was literally wobbly red jelly on a plate, man. That looked like a bunch of fun. You go into cast Paris, and I remember watching it and sitting back and thinking, wow, these guys are doing a really good job in casting this, and Heartbreakers IDK, wasn't it? And I mean, that was the result
final,
we expected. But I was literally strawberry jelly.
Yeah, it would have been awesome if we could have taken the whole crew out there. That when I say that, I mean.
Were we working with Grimble then?
Yeah, absolutely we were.
We
like
were, of course
Grimble
we
was
were,
going to take out.
That was a big thing for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that was kind of our thing, and Grimble was going to take out like all of his equipment and stuff, and unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. But being given the opportunity to do that, even though we couldn't do it with everybody, was still just incredible. And yeah, I wish there were more events like that we could potentially go and do. Maybe in the future, we'll have to wait and see.
Hopefully, maybe.
I don't suppose you saw any of the Paris tournament. I mean, here's a question for you, Roxanne. After you kind of moved away from Tribes, do you drop in very often? Do you check out what's going on, or is it sort of a bit more in your past?
It's something it's always something I would like. I feel I would like to come back to when I have well enough and time. It's a game I have a lot of fond memories with, and a game which I enjoyed an awful lot. And as I say, I would like to. I do every now and then. I will, when I'm kind of feeling slightly listless, I'll pop into the Reddit and have a little look at what's going on. But I mean, part of the problem with a game like Tribes, of course, is that there is that barrier to entry. And I know now that if I came back to it, having not played for an awfully long time, I would probably be very, very frustrated with myself at trying to rebuild what little skill I once had. I mean, I never claimed to be a good player, but I was better than someone who'd never played it before. And now I think I would probably be, at that very lowest level again. It would be quite painful to come back to it. I don't know, something like casting is something I suppose I could try and move back into. But again, there's an awful lot to learn. It's not as you have to have a really good familiarity with the way the high-end game is being played. Massive, great big learning curve for the caster as well as the player. And yeah, it's just a time investment which unfortunately I'd have to kind of train for before I could do it.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And I mean, while we're on the subject, sort of what has been your movement since Tribes? I've seen you do some Guild Wars content. Is that still your thing?
I briefly tried that. I kind of again, it was a new game. It was starting. I thought maybe I can try and make a video guide series out of this. And I don't know. It didn't. I think maybe just having played a game like Tribes, other games paled in comparison. I don't know what it was. It didn't work so much. Mostly for the last year, I've actually been very boring, and very little game-related stuff has happened in my life. It's mostly been, unfortunately, real work, academic, and work, earning the money to live,
earning the money, earning the dollars,
and paying for new non 4x3 screens. I'm now actually kind of finally getting a bit of free time, and I'm actually moving back into what I was doing before Tribes, kind of ate an awful lot of my life, and that is actually game development. Currently working on a small kind of a top-down dueling game, which hopefully over the next month or so I'll start getting more information of that coming up.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, keep us posted. Definitely give us a link when there's a playable version of that. That could be quite fun.
Possibly.
Post it on our Tribes and get it working. I do want to quickly pimp, because I've been reminded, Froz's 2.5D shooter. It's like Tribes, and it's very fun. It's 2.5 dimensions, and you are on 2D, but then you can go around corners as well.
That sounds amazing. Does someone want to do that?
I think there's a website to it. It's really... I'll try and find it.
Someone in the chat, come on. The 170 viewers going.
Surely there's someone. Froz's game is good, and I want to see your game, Roxton. Because I know you were talking about a little while ago there was a game you wanted to work on.
There was a game I was working on. It got to a beta stage, whatever, and then it kind of collapsed. It was basically Tribes killed it.
Oh.
Sad, really. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you were working on some kind of platforming thing, weren't you?
Sort of. It was God. Now looking back at it, it seems like a very stupid idea, and I'm kind of glad Tribes killed it, because otherwise I probably would have sunk a lot of time into it, and it wouldn't have been very good. So in a way, that was quite nice.
Okay, so we gotta push on.
All right. Well, let's change gears just a little bit. We'll get to you in a sec, though.
Let's do it.
I want to do the call-in, and then we'll do the first competition, which will be for the first Game of the Year edition. Prize, I guess you'd call it. Where did he go?
Which one is it? Is it Drake or
Drake? Yeah. All right. Nope, no, not Knudsen. What are you doing, Knudsen? Okay, how are you doing, Drake? What's going on?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're very well.
Drake, what's up, man?
Once I got some mind difficulties, someone is on Skype. and now he's gone.
Just quickly, someone posted the Froz's 2.5D game. Check it out. There won't be a server because Froz needs to host a server for it to work, but check it out. It's really fun. I played it with Froz. Go, Drake.
Having a look now.
Can you actually hear me? Because
Yes.
I like saying it's not turned on.
You're sounding fine, mate.
I was just saying, Roxon, why are you not coming back? We need to bring up the casting dream team again. So Stowe and Doc need to step aside.
Again, it's as I said, it's a massive learning curve and the level of skill required to do it at a decent level, which I no longer have.
Well, neither do I, but I'm still like one of the best player in Tribes. That's better than playing them. I was just like wishing you well and stuff. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm sorry, I can't read that. What is that? Oh, I see now. There we are.
Oh, you're drinking the Blue Plate Special.
I couldn't drink anything else, mate.
Oh, of course.
Not tonight.
Yeah, and just to echo what Drake said, I mean, really, Roxton, it's great to have you back on the show, and especially for such a episode like this. I've missed you, mate. It's been. I was very sad to hear that you were leaving Tribe, so it's great to at least speak to you for a little while. 'Cause this is the first time we spoke. You came on and was like, "How's it going? It's been ages."
I know I've been really, really bad at keeping in touch. There are lots of people in the community I meant to be keeping in touch with, and I'm sure everyone knows what it's like. You know, you don't make that initial effort, and then after a while, it kind of gets to the stage where you feel you probably shouldn't do it. And try and get back in touch. It happens, but it's not really an excuse to being lazy, and it's I kind of feel slightly sad that I didn't make a better job of staying in touch with everyone in the community. And actually, on that note, I'm going to have to make my apologies, and unfortunately, work calls, and I'm going to have to go.
That's no problem at all.
5 minutes or so, that's all right, yeah?
Yeah. Well, in that case, maybe
Fantastic.
let's do your bit, Stowe, and then we'll do the competition.
Cool, let's do it. Okay, well, thank you, Drake. We'll kick you off.
No. Okay. See you guys.
Cheers, Drake. Thanks very much. Okay, so my favourite moment in Tribes, I thought about it for a good 10 minutes. And I just couldn't bring it down to one thing, so I've got a bit of a list of things. I hope that's alright, Doc. I hope you won't kick me off.
Well, you are the co-host. I guess you get some liberties.
Okay, I guess I get that. So, I've got 5 things I can kind of boil it down to my favourite parts of Tribes, and, I'll talk a bit through each of them. So, one of them was casting the ESL Grand Final in July of 2012. It was yourself, Doc Matrix, Bart, Zero Methanol, Ale, and me, and we casted the ESL Grand Final between Heartbreakers and IDK, and I think that was one of the best things. We were on the Twitch front page for the first time.
And
we
to
casted
date
together.
is the biggest viewership we've ever had as us as a team.
13,000.
I think it was 1,600.
1,600 live, but
Yeah.
13,000 views on YouTube.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Which is on actually Roxton's channel, Cogs and Ink, at youtube.com, so go and check that out. Yeah, that was one of the huge things, and it was the first kind of spotlight, well, big spotlight that we got for one of the casts, so it was really, really a big moment for me to be casting, with people. I think this was the first time I spoke to Bart as well, which is pretty cool because he was still casting Tribes then. So that was a big thing for me, and I really, really enjoyed that, and it was a good game. Watching my casting then was terrible. So, I mean, I'll probably look back at myself in 6 months thinking my casting now is terrible. I'll consistently be terrible. Then next up was I-47 with JPY. It was my first LAN event ever, Insomnia 47 in the UK. Went along with JPY, and I casted the Game Shrine Draft Cup. And it was really fun. JP was playing. I was casting their solo casting. No, I was casting with Greth, and it was just really nice to just meet someone from the Tribes community. JPY had been speaking to for a long time. We were good. I'd say we're good friends by then. He'd probably say that we weren't. But yeah, I really
were well
did enjoy
acquainted.
that. Well acquainted at least. And yeah, that was really nice to just cast for a long time. Sorry if I get all sappy here. I've had a few to drink.
Not even halfway through the show yet, still.
Yeah, I'll keep it together for at least another half an hour. So then another one is kind of a really happy and really sad thing, and it was watching Doc cast at Paris Games Week. I remember we had this whole thing where we both wanted to go to Paris Game Week and Grimble, go to there and cast together for the it was ESL, wasn't it?
The ESL Paris Games Week, yeah.
Yeah, and there was a whole hoo-ha. I won't go into it, but I was set to go for a little bit. Then we weren't able to, and then at the last minute it was like, oh, you know, you might be able to go. And then by then I was like, I can't organise that for then because I've got other stuff, university and stuff to do. But Doc was able to go, and watching him cast was really, really awesome in a way, because it was like, I know he had put in a lot of work, I'd put in a lot of work. Roxton at the time, maybe Roxton, you had been...
I think Roxton may have moved on by then.
I think I'd gone by that point. This is actually the first I've heard of going off to Paris, and I don't know if the camera's showing it, but I think I've actually turned fully green.
Yeah, and I know Grimble as well had put a lot of work into doing something like that, and we were looking forward to it, and we weren't able to do it. So watching him was a mixture of really, really happy for Doc, and he did an amazing job with Bart casting there, and got to meet a bunch of cool people from IDK and Heartbreakers, and I was so jealous, but I was so happy for Doc at the same time. So that was a bit of a high point for, seeing Doc there and doing a great job, and, actually getting to be in a live event and meeting people, but me not being able to go there was also a really low point for me, and I was quite upset that I wasn't able to go. And then obviously Christmas Cast 2012, something that
Christmas special.
Christmas special, man.
I remember we actually invited you to that, Roxton, and unfortunately you had other commitments. And I don't know if you've seen it,
was
but
so frustrating. I really, really wanted to be there. And
you may have dodged a bullet though, my friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was.
I haven't seen it.
Because making that video that we showed earlier, it was just
It was about 4 hours, I think. And
almost
it got
3.5 hours.
Yeah, it got very messy.
Almost, yeah. It got a bit messy. I think Chris Light was ready to murder me by the end. But it was really nice. We got a bunch of great guests on, like we're doing today, and we should really push on because we're pushing through. But I'll wrap up soon. Christmas Cast was amazing and one of my favourite times. And from the viewers, we've had such great appreciation of, like, people are always so nice whenever I show up in chat or in game and whatever. People are always great, and I've made a lot of friends through doing Behind the Blue Plate and casting and just playing Tribes generally. So.
Yeah, it's really nice when you jump into a pub and someone actually recognizes who you are.
Yeah,
I always get a warm and fuzzy when that happens.
I love that, yeah. And so that's the 4th. And then finally, hanging out with Clutchy U / Pelican. Those guys are really, consistently have been really nice people. And, my along with Doc and Roxanne, my best friends in Tribes, just speaking to them and jumping in and hang out with Clutchy U / Pelican right now. They're really just great guys, and... yeah, I'm not going to get all sappy, but, cheers to them.
I would like to say...
You'd remember the Clutch guys,
Clutchy U and Pelican. I remember the turning to Pelican. I was there in that fateful mumble conversation. Well,
yeah.
Who was it? Was it Froz who tried to call someone a pillock? It wasn't Froz. I forget who it was.
Greth. And Swat.
Whoever it was.
Well, who
tried to call
misinterpreted?
someone a pillock and called him a pelican by accident, and in that day, Internet Gold was born.
Yep.
Yes, so just big cheers to those. I couldn't put a specific moment on it, but just all those things, all those people are really amazing, and everyone who's ever watched and been involved with Behind the Blue Plate. And if you want to come to LAN, then go to I-49. Me and Doc are both going. We've been sorting out today as well, so just huge cheers to everyone who's made this just an amazing time, and made me so happy for being able to make such a great group of friends. So cheers.
Cheers to that, dude. All right, Roxanne. Well, I know you mentioned you need to get a move on, so we'll give you.
I'm afraid I do.
We'll give you an opportunity now to give us any final thoughts and shout-outs.
Nothing major. I would just like to say a big thank you to all of you who have been watching the show. Anyone who remembers me from the origin of the show, chat seems sure a few people do, which is nice. Big thank you to everyone who's kept this going. It is, while I'm not involved in it anymore, it is nevertheless fantastic to see that it is still going, and I am pleased in a really bizarre way that it is still running after a year, and it's not mine anymore. It hasn't got anything to do with me, but it's just I'm really happy it's doing well. Makes me very, very happy.
Cool. Well, Roxanne, like I said at the start, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for your contributions in the first, I think, 20 odd episodes. How many was it, Stowe? Do we know
25
that?
or something?
We got to around 20, something like that.
A fair few.
Quite a number. So you're definitely part of the history of this show, and it simply wouldn't exist without you. So thank you very much for all of your contributions to the show over time, and thank you very much for coming on tonight. And
thank you very much for having me.
Giving us an update on where you are. All right,
Okay.
we'll let you go, and hopefully we can catch up with you again sometime soon.
Thanks,
Fantastic.
Roxton, mate. I'll-
Thank you,
I'll
guys.
speak
Good
soon.
night.
See you, Rox. Okay, that's going to ruin the region. Right, so what we'll do now is it's kind of relevant as I quickly try to get Stowaway back on the screen. One day. They can't see that yet, Stow, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Stowaway showing
I'm
off
a
his
little-
bottle of Jack Daniels.
I'm a little bit calm.
Yep, I can tell.
I'm gonna hold it through.
It's alright.
It's very emotional, man.
I know. Them feels. When it was
Them
funny
feels.
actually, Stowaway was putting that together, and showed me one of the early versions of it, and I was there with my wife, and I'm like,
The video you're talking about.
the video, yeah, and I'm like, oh man, it's really touching. But you know, I had to put on the manly, oh fuck, because I didn't want to look like a pussy in front of my wife. And my wife gave it the thumbs up, so it's got the Mia seal of approval, which was kind of cool.
And shout out just quickly to your wife for putting up with all the time that you have to do.
Oh yeah,
behind the blue plate. And
if anyone deserves
this
one.
is going to be my Doc Matrix shout out section. I'm just going to take it now because Doc Matrix has put in so much time that he doesn't have. He has a family, a wife, a child, a job that he has to, all take care of, and still finds time to cast and do behind the blue plate and put so much effort in, more than I do, and I always feel bad for it. Because Doc puts so much effort into doing this, and it is just, if you enjoy the show, then you should be very happy that Doc Matrix is around, because he's just puts in so much effort to this, and a lot more than I do, and I always feel bad for it, like I said. So cheers to you, Doc, because obviously it wouldn't be around if you weren't here. So, and I'm not saying this because I'm drunk. I was going to say it anyway. It's in my notes. It's in my notes. But really, cheers to you, Doc, man.
Thank you very much,
yeah.
though. I appreciate all the words. Yes. Right, so yeah, I want to do the competition now. So this is going to be the first opportunity for the people in the chat to win a code, and it's a very cool code, biggest code we've ever had. And yes, I know I'm red. It happens when I drink a lot, and I'm just generally red. And it's also getting warmer in England.
I am actually sunburnt. I played cricket twice over the weekend, and I'm sunburnt from it, and I'm aching. Please.
It's alright.
I don't go red. Okay, code. Let's do it.
Yes, code. So this is going to be for the first Game of the Year code. Now, it's not going to be easy because the Game of the Year is a big prize. So
what do Game of the Year code involve? That wasn't a sentence, but go for it.
Well, I mean, I guess it's the Game of the Year edition pack for tribes, right? So it's,
and what does that include?
It's everything. It's all of the guns, all of the packs, everything that's usable within the game. So all the guns unlocked, all the packs unlocked, all of the things unlocked, everything you could want. It doesn't have skins, so nothing cosmetic. But if you want to have every class, every gun, every, like I said, pack, I don't think you get masteries for it, so you still have to level them up with experience. But yeah, it's a pretty killer pack. It's basically buying the game off the shelf with everything included.
It's like £50 worth of value.
Yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, big shout outs to Hi-Rez for providing us a few of these for the show tonight.
Huge shouts.
So here's the question. You need to name the 2 co-hosts of Behind the Blue Plate that were not Roxton, Stowaway, or Yuzzo. There have been 2 other people that have actually sat in that window. And if you can name both, you will get the code. So let's see.
So how are we going to work this?
I guess we're just going to have to keep an eye out on chat.
Okay,
I mean, Yuzzo,
so
maybe if you could
message him.
What
I
I'll
know
do,
one of them, but I don't know the other.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe if I message Yuzzo what the answer is, because he's not eligible to win. Google time. I don't think Google's going to help you on this one, actually.
No, we're not big enough to Remix and APC, that is not right. I don't
No,
think.
neither of those are right. You can cross both Remix and APC. Jim and Halimar are both wrong.
No, neither of them.
APC
and Remix?
No, that's
Nope,
the second
once
time.
again.
No.
Not Anakio.
Anyway, Yuzzo, I'm gonna send the answer to Yuzzo.
I know one, but I don't know the other.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Ooh.
Sapphire! You
Sapphire TA,
genius!
wow.
Sapphire
Look at
TA. That's amazing.
Doc Matrix. JPY and Jester Logic.
That's
wow,
exactly
Sapphire
right.
TA. That is exactly right. You've got it.
Who is Sapphire TA? Because he's an
Sapphire,
absolute
man.
genius. Right. Okay. Well done, Sapphire. I thought that would take a little longer, but there you go. So I will PM you on Twitch this code. Very well done. Very,
Should we
very
check
impressed.
if he needs it first, or I assume he needs it?
I guess so. Sapphire, let us know. Just drop in the chat that you actually wanted. I assume you did.
Sapphire 20, apparently.
Yeah, I've seen Sapphire around. I just don't know much about him. I'll be honest.
That's
yeah,
really
wow.
fast. That's really cool.
How do you know that, Sapphire? Did you just remember? I'm really
I
curious.
accidentally shared the Google document with him.
Oh, you dick.
No, but wow. Great. Well done to him.
He says it has a friend he wants to...
call-ins. No, we don't. So, yeah. So, I mean, should we throw it to a quick break while we get that code to him, and then
That's a good idea,
because we're almost like over 3/4 of the way through our 2-hour slot, and then
Oh, this is going to go over 2 hours. There's just
Yeah,
there's no question. All right, cool. We're going to kick it to a break, and then we will be back with panel number 2. So anyone that's on panel number 2, hopefully you know who they are. Yeah, get ready.
cheers, good.
Alright, bringing us in.
Sweet.
Panel 2. Oop, what's that screen region?
What? Ow, that
Yuck.
hurt.
Alright. Okay, we're back. Now I've got to do the videos again. Stowaway. Entertain
Hello.
everyone. Hello, welcome back.
Okay, hello. So we are back with what can you believe it's section 2 only?
Well, I guess we
Behind
could call it
the Blue
4
Plate.
sections tonight.
Section 3 then. We are on section 3
Where is
of
my
Behind
name
the
over
Blue
there?
Plate.
Shit.
1-year anniversary birthday show with myself, Doc Matrix, and of course we
Well,
had the
that's
wonderful Winters. I'm going to forget who came on earlier. Jim Christ and.
You can do it.
I can do it. I really can.
Remix. There you go.
Yes.
Of course, it was remix earlier, and now we have the wonderful Yuzzo, Little Mamacita, and Helamar coming on for our second segment or third segment, of course, because we did have Roxton on. We did miss out an important section, there, didn't we, Doc?
Oh, did we? Crap. What did we do? Or what did we miss?
Let me just check.
Was that now? I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the whole
That thing. I guess we'll do it between the next panel.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, we can handle that. Okay, there we go. Regions are done.
So regions are
welcome.
done.
Welcome, panel number 2, Yuzzo, Lil Mamacita, and Halamar. Yuzzo, how are you doing this evening? Looking very, very sharp.
Yeah, just quickly, this is the sharpest people have dressed so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Lil
I'm
Mamacita's wearing
definitely
a
the odd
full-on...
Doug here tonight, so it's all good.
Actually, that's true. Halamar's looking like...
He looks
he's
like
got the beanie
dude
and all that.
from Limp Bizkit. He looks like Fred Durst.
Excellent.
Okay,
This is
so
gonna go the
Helamar,
right way.
who are you and what do you do? Who's your daddy and what does he do?
Was that an actual question, or can I just kind of brush that one
No,
off?
who's your father and, Karen?
Who is my father? My father is Jim.
What,
Jim
Jim
Christ?
Christ?
No, not Jim
Oh, yeah.
Christ.
Is he really?
No, Jim Christ is not my father, but Jim is my father's name. So,
There you go.
I'm not sure if I need to answer.
That's enough.
Who are you?
Stow away. Stop it.
I don't know what Stowe's getting at. Does he?
I don't know.
actually need to-
He's
You have to
ruining the whole...
introduce yourself.
Well, I mean, I was
Okay.
talking to Yuzzo. I already
I
said
think,
he was
I think
looking
it's,
sharp.
it's best just to answer him when he gets like this, I found. Like,
Okay.
just,
Oh, really?
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
All right, so
Okay,
Helamar, let's start with you.
Okay, I'm Helamar, and I do casting in NA. I'm a former comp player, and I'm in a love triangle with several of the Tribes players. Names will not be named. There. We'll start with that.
Awesome. Yuzzo, let's get back to you, mate. Looking very sharp tonight. How you doing?
Hello, thank you. I'm all good, man. I'm all good. How's well? I know how Drix are 'cause I've been watching you on stream for the last couple of hours actually. So yeah, no, things are fine. Work is pretty stressful. I'm pretty tired, but I can always find time for you guys, of course. So yeah, not bad.
We appreciate that very, very much. Of course, in the middle, got Lil Mamacita. How you doing tonight, Missy?
I'm doing well. and yourself?
Missy.
Missy.
There you go.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm doing well. I got all dressed up for you guys because I knew I was gonna be in the panel
Come
with
on,
lots
show
of
the
handsome
stream.
gentlemen here. I'm wearing a dress. I'm doing
Stand
a
up
dress
and
for you
spin
guys.
around for us. Come on.
Again? Okay.
They're on a delay of like 10
Yeah, I
seconds, so
can't
now we
do
have
that.
to fill the
I
air.
can't do that.
Like, you know,
But that's
It's all good.
it is beautiful though.
It's a very nice
that
dress.
is
What are you
beautiful.
drinking tonight, Yossi?
Oh wow.
John Smith's Extra Smooth,
Oh,
served
dude.
cold. I've been drinking it recently. It's terrible,
Oh.
but it's so easy to drink. And
For anyone
and I
that's
don't-
outside the UK, Yuzzo's basically drinking the cheapest, crappiest, trampiest beer
it's
you can
still
buy.
better than Bud. What? Like,
I have a Corona.
But no, Little Mamacita, you're looking very, very nice. And that's a big Corona. Jesus Christ. Either you're very small, much smaller than I expected, or you got like some enormous Corona from somewhere.
It is.
She's 5 foot tall. I know this.
I'm very short. That's why I'm a little more.
Jesus Christ. I just
Oh,
got
my
the stream
brain.
delay. Wow. Okay, so.
So here we are. Well, let's
here we are, guys.
Get,
That
get,
was
That
good.
sounded like
Should we
the
go?
first
let's
show
get
right
straight
there.
into it. And
Yeah,
so
let's
we're
push
going to
through.
ask you guys the same question we asked the first panel. And this time we'll start on the left-hand side. Yuzzo, what has been
God.
your number one best moment in Tribes?
I really don't know, and I didn't know this question was going to be jumped on us. And I
Wait, I
chose
told
that
you.
now,
I'm sure
but-
I told
yeah,
you.
I don't remember things. And I should have been thinking about it, considering I've heard you ask everyone else. But I really don't know. Jumping onto Mumble for the first time and finding the whole community wasn't a bunch of dicks was pretty good. Like it perhaps wasn't a kind of massive, outstanding, oh, you've just made my life moment, but it was still pretty impressive, given that FPSs don't exactly have the greatest I can't think of the word. reputation for their community as being full of friendly people. But the first time I jumped on EU Mumble, it was a really amazing experience. And you know, a lot of that was down to my friend Catalyst, who, if they're watching tonight, then awesome, you're amazing. If they're not, then those people that know Catalyst will know that
he's a good guy.
Yeah, like absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I guess just kind of discovering the pug scene, and figuring out how to actually play the game. Because up until that point, I'd been mostly playing Brute in TDM, which was, well, it's still a lot more fun than most pugs, to be quite honest. But I'm not allowed to say that, so you know.
Well, then, how did you find the pug scene? Like, what was it that drew you in?
It was Catalyst. I mean, it wasn't me of my own accord at all. In fact, I was like completely happy just getting drunk and getting high and playing TDM, because that's pretty much what I do. But he was continually urging me to you know, step up my game and play properly. And I played with another couple of friends as well, and they'd stopped playing. So when it was just me and Catalyst, it was kind of okay. Let's go find some new peeps to hang out with. So what? People are saying my name. Say my name.
I'm trying to remember.
I get distracted by chat. Sorry.
That's all right. I'm trying to remember the reason that I got on Mumble to begin with, and I've just been on Mumble for so long, I don't even really remember Tribes without Mumble. Because when I started playing, immediately I was playing with friends of mine back in Oceania, and of course the ping was just horrible. And so I think I immediately just sought out, probably through the Reddit. I imagine I probably found it through Reddit and just jumped on Mumble from there, and then immediately fell, you know, into the pug scene, because that's where everybody was hanging out on the Mumble. Yeah, I just can't remember a time where Tribes was not with Mumble and not with everybody. I mean, what about you, Sto?
I started playing Tribes, playing a lot of TDM, and I went Pathfinder and rabbited and flag around for ages, because that's what I thought I was good at.
Just to be clear, like, Sto, Yozzy, you hadn't played Tribes before Tribes Ascend, right?
No.
I think I installed Tribes 2 when I was younger at university, and kind of not understood what it was that I was doing. As in, I literally kind of played an FPS where there was jetpacks and was like, oh, this is all very not Quake, I'm going to stop doing this now. So that lasted all about 10 minutes. So I guess, yeah, it's my first Tribes for any sensible length of time.
Yeah, I mean,
so I
starting Tribes to play TDM just boggles my mind why anyone would do that. But I guess, yeah. So yeah,
that's what I was drawn to.
Right.
I started with the guy, and I forget his name because I'm a little bit gone.
Soldier?
He was a sniper. He was a really good sniper, and he joined Tribes, and he told me about Reddit was launching the first EU pugs after whitelisting. So I looked at whitelisting before, and I looked at pugging before then. I just couldn't be asked to get into it. So until then, I wasn't involved, and then it was some person. I might have to look it up in a second so I can probably shout him out.
Euro or American?
Euro. He was a Euro guy, and he used to snipe all the time. I'll look it up. And he said, alright, I'm going along, would you want to come with me, because I don't know any of the people. I was like, yeah, sure. And then I showed up for the first EU official launch. It was launched by Jim Christ. And I showed up and I started playing, and I was loud as usual. And I played with a bunch of people. I have VODs from the first night I played Tribes with other people, 7v7 or 8v8, which is...
Because you were recording or because it was casted?
I was just recording because...
Is that a normal thing to do? Like, just you were recording?
No, you want to record it just in case you get abused, and then you can report it to the cyber police, because
that's
otherwise,
why I did it.
How do you have proof? Like,
of course. I guess, you know, I grew up before cyber police, so... You know.
Oh man, the cyber police, they are strict, you know, but fair, so it's okay.
Yeah,
I think your point about joining with a friend though, Sto, is important. Like because I say I felt a lot more home joining with somebody that I'd known for years and years and years. And I'm quite extroverted, I suppose, in what I say when I'm in online environments and have a reasonable online persona, I guess. And in that sense, it was quite easy for me to drop in because the community felt very, very similar to that. That said, I could understand people without that extra person, without the group of real life friends or group of friends they've been playing with for a long time, an individual coming onto the Mumble for the first time. That I could still see that as being a pretty intimidating experience. Possibly not scary, but certainly kind of slightly stressful.
For some people, I think it was definitely like, if you're a bit of an introvert, then you maybe don't feel like you want to join in and talk to people, and you don't feel confident in yourself. So I think I generally got past that by being annoying as I could be.
Yeah, I signed up to that philosophy as well.
It's a definite good philosophy to go by.
I mean, Halimar, how long was it between you starting Tribes and finding Mumble and Pugs and all that sort of stuff?
For me, I started playing Tribes back in beta, and it was probably about 3 months or so before I started going into Mumble, and that was primarily because I got picked up by a comp team. So that was where I kind of started, but I didn't really start doing Pugs until probably about 6 months in. So it was a while before I really got settled into it.
Okay, and did you? I guess being picked up by a team made that transition a bit easier because you were already kind of validated by the time you got there.
Yeah, and I went from one team to the next. I was on. Everyone remembers. Well, most people remember Thea, who was the quote-unquote tank queen, and she was a very interesting character. And I went from that team to the second team that I played on, which was Meatboat, and Meatboat 2 Strong. A lot of the former members of Meatboat that are still playing today: Tasty Ham, Arcola, Clout. Some of the names that most people know. So that's we went from there to there, and then they were just kind of like, okay, you got to come and play Pugs with us. Have some fun here. And I love how Yuzzo is standing up and showing off his butt. That's great.
I am responding to the demands of chat. It's not my fault. I am a sucker for people telling me what to do.
I just want to say,
fault.
The person who introduced me to Pugs was Thask. Thacs.
Oh yeah, I know Thask.
Thask. He was a very great sniper, and I always picked him whenever I captain because no one else would captain. And Thask, great guy.
There you go. I think we talked about this when we had you on the show a bunch of weeks ago about your introduction into pugging and all that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, tell us about that.
Well, I mean, I got into like a really late. I think I made my account in like 2011 or 2010. I don't remember. It was when you had to get the code and the key and everything, and I got into. Oh yeah, it was a very long time, and I play by myself, and my roommate told me about the Reddit and then that's how I found the Reddit Mumble. Because I'd ask around. I try to get my friends to play it, but we were big into TF2, so I'd ask on the. I even went to Girl Gamers to see if I could find any girls that play, because there's a subreddit called Girl Gamers, and I wanted to see if anyone played Tribes, but I didn't know anyone. And then I found the Tribes subreddit, and someone put the info on the Mumble, and I asked around, and they told me the community was cool, and that's how they helped me. There was one person, I can't remember his name, I'll have to look him up. He helped me set up my Mumble and everything, and sadly he's not here anymore. I don't know where he is. He kind of moved on, but I stuck around, and I got into competitive and pubbing and pugging, and I love it. I stayed ever since. It wasn't always easy. You get a whole bunch of testosterone in one channel. It gets pretty rowdy, but I had my moments, and I always had fun playing, and I still do, and I enjoy it, and I love it.
And oh man,
what would you say is your?
Blinked.
Oh.
That's all right. Go for it. I totally lost everything that was in my head.
You guys are in control here, yeah?
We've
you got this. You got this.
Who
Okay,
Yuzzo's favourite moment in Tribes was. Mamacita, what was your favourite moment in Tribes Ascent?
My favorite moment in Tribes Ascent. I don't have a particular favorite moment, but I do have moments that actually mean a lot to me.
Go for it.
And because I'm a sniper, and it's not always easy, and my moments that really mean something to me are the moments where against him he's like, Mamacita, good job, you've gotten better, and those moments always mean so much to me, because I put so much time and effort into trying to be the best I can be, or just being good, because I want people to see me as a player and not just a pretty face, which I get that a lot, and it always means so much, because they can see how I've grown as a player and a sniper, and how I've grown in the community, and it always makes me all fuzzy inside.
So for you, it's the positive reinforcement, you'd say?
Yeah, like when
So
someone
can I
sees
just
it.
say, yes, Mama Sis, you're the best
God.
sniper I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
No, Stowe. No,
Just-
just,
oh my goodness, oh, yeah.
just down, boy, down.
Well, he is. He's gone.
Adorable. You're adorable, Stoic. Are you okay?
I need you to make it through the show, Sto.
I'm gonna do it.
Snow meltdown incoming.
So Yazu, it was
Oh my goodness, I-
to recap your favorite moment or best moment in Tribes is sort of stumbling onto the pug scene in the Mumble.
Yeah, I mean, my personal, as in my like most. Oh my God, I have something here. I guess there were two moments in that sense. The first one was Petrol approaching me to join a team on like the first week that I've been playing Pugs, and that blew my mind. And I'll always be indebted to him and PLD in general, because they're an awesome bunch of guys that really took me from just messing about in Pugs and trying to figure out what was going on to actually playing comp. And Petrol especially basically taught me how to play LD and all the roles that I still play. So yeah, that was a massive step. And then obviously the other was finding out that I can make a fool of myself on the internet on stream, and people seem to like it, which I still don't understand. But that's fine. Like if this is what people want as entertainment, then you know, so, hi, I guess. I mean,
Hello. We've actually got a good clip up we played in the start. I don't know if you saw the intro, Yose. I'm sure you did, because I think you saw it in chat. Where on the Christmas episode we would ask you questions and you just wouldn't.
Yeah,
know
I've not
what we're
watched
talking
that
about.
episode back, and I don't really want to, because it's yeah, exactly.
Please
Like, yeah, it's not. It's probably not good. I've been drunk before.
Have you?
Yeah.
I think I remember on a Behind the Blue Plate we had you on as guest, as one of the main guests. It was like, we were 2 minutes about to go live and you were like, oh, I just have to run down to the shop to get the bottle of wine.
Yes, I would do that. That sounds like me. I do that quite often. There's a shop just next door that sells, well, about 5 minutes away. That sells alcohol, which is useful, much more useful than the Swedish system of closing Systembolaget at 7 in the evening, which is just silly. But we're getting slightly distracted. But that's fine. We can talk about me if you want to talk about me. I have a list of things. Look, I like wrote out a sheet of things and say people are awesome do. So like I'm totally prepared. If this collapses, then I've got this sorted. Don't worry, guys. It's fine.
Well, let's maybe move on to Lil Mamacita and what your favorite moment in Tribes has been.
I think
Wait,
she's covered that.
Yeah, I just did that.
Wait, what?
I think,
Because-
yeah, she
yeah.
did.
Oh,
It's Helamar's turn.
Helamar's turn.
okay.
Matrix, where are you? You okay?
I must have lost like 5 minutes of my life just then.
It's Jizo, he probably distracted you.
I think it must have been. All right, Halamar,
Tuesday.
over to you.
I've got kind of a long-winded story that I have to tell to basically get you guys an idea of what my favorite moment is. Is that okay?
The floor is yours.
Go for it, mate. Go
Okay.
for it.
So this is something that I've kept under wraps, and only the people that needed to know, or people that I considered, people that I trusted very, very deeply, knew about this. About 3 years ago, a little while, a couple years after I graduated from college, I was working and I started getting sick. About 9 months later, I had my gallbladder taken out, and I was out for about 3 months from my job. Came back, and then I was back at work for a while, and then I started getting sick again. And the people that I worked with, they were great people, and they've really valued me, so they kept me on the payroll as long as they could. And eventually they just had to let me go, and because I got so sick that I couldn't do anything. I was basically an invalid. I lost my job. I had to move back in with my parents. Not exactly the proudest time of my life, but it was something that it was the lowest point of my life, and it was really hard for me. And so I was basically just kind of wasting away, just sitting there, doing nothing, laying in bed all day long. and my brother comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, they made another Tribes game," and I'm like, "Well, it'll probably be, is it anything like Tribes Vengeance or anything like that?" And he's like, "No, it's actually really close to Tribes Ascend," and so I started playing that, and it was something that I was able to sort of pull myself out of this, this low point in my life where I was just so sick and I couldn't do anything. I was still going to the doctor trying to get all this figured out. But, I kind of got involved with the community, and, I got picked up by the team, and then I went on to Meatboat. And one of the reasons Meatboat broke up is because I was putting in more and more time into it, and it was actually making me sicker. So I actually had to step away from that, and when I did that, the team just kind of broke up because they were just like, well, if he's gone, then we were just gonna go our own ways. And so after that, I was really bummed out because it was just like, there was nothing else that I could do. That was my sort of outlet for, getting away from my situation, and then I started doing some casting, which made me be able to get back into the competitive scene in a sense, and be able to actually be involved again. So it was something where I was able to really, I was able to involve myself, and I got back into everything, and I wasn't feeling like I was doing nothing again. And that was 3 or 4 months ago that I started doing that, and since then my health's recovered, hence why I'm saying all this now, because it's in the past, doesn't matter now. And now I'm back in good health. I'm looking for jobs again, and here I am, sitting here, talking to you guys, and it's been a long road, but for me, Tribes was kind of something that saved me in a sense. So I don't have one particular moment. I guess you could say my moment was when I started playing Tribes again, and that was where it all started for me. So I guess you could say that.
Wow, man! I really didn't know it meant like that much, and that was like such an important part of your life. And I think that kind of speaks to the community, just to being a great bunch of people generally. Like 99% of the people is such amazing, and you can connect with so many people. And I literally had no idea about this until now. So, I'm glad that has been such a helpful moment in your life. And, as you can see in the chat now, so many people really, are such great friends of you, or really appreciate you as a person in the community. So, I'm glad that, that's helped you. And, I can see you're one of the favorite people I've met in Tribes. So, cheers to you, man.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been so many people that have just, one of the things that, I didn't want to do is I didn't want to, go and tell people, yeah, I'm sick, I can't do anything, and then have them, pity me or treat me differently than anyone else. So, I kept it quiet because I wanted everyone to treat me exactly the same way that they would treat me if I was completely healthy. And that's exactly what they did. And, it shows the character of people that they were still nice to me regardless. They didn't know about this, and they treated me like they would have treated me no matter what. And that was something that I rallied around, and that's why I do so much casting, and I do everything else like that, just because this game brought me back from basically the edge, so I'm giving back to it.
It's amazing. It's a great story that something like Tribes can have that rehabilitative effect on you, Halmar, and it's fantastic. I do have a little bit of a question about it, which is so there was obviously being introduced to the game and playing the game and getting the enjoyment out of that. Was how much of it was the game in and of itself, and how much of it was being exposed to this new community and having being able to contribute and be a part of a community that otherwise maybe you couldn't, because you couldn't go out and do the things you wanted to do. What was more important to you?
Well, obviously the game was the hook. It was the thing that got me into it. But it was definitely the people. Like I said, Clout, Immune was actually on Clendothi with me. He knew about this. Arcola, Tasty Ham, these guys all knew about this, and it was something that they stuck around me, and they would check in with me periodically and say, hey, how are you doing, man? How's your health? And the more I got involved with people, the more the better it got. So it just was something that it was really the people that revitalized me. So yeah, I mean, it is the community that is the reason why I am really getting better. Obviously I went to the doctor and I had organs removed and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, it's something that without the community I wouldn't have been able to make any connections, and it would have been something where I would have just been holed up in a bed and doing nothing. So yeah, the community had a very big effect on me.
That's an amazing story, and there's really not much that I can say or add to it. I mean, Yazo, Little Mamacita, you got any thoughts or comments?
No, and just Helmar overall, he's just a great person. He's a great friend, I mean, we still butt heads when he joins my server and kills me all the time, but I mean, he's always been a nice guy, and he's always been a sweetheart, and he's always helpful, He's just a great guy. And he's very handsome.
First off, I should apologize for giggling, but blame the horrible TA community, which is full of horrible people. I can't stand this community. They're horrible. Everyone has to drink now, incidentally.
Oh, nice.
But jokes aside, man, I 100% agree, and in every aspect of kind of social networking. Screw the Facebook crap, but like actual social networking, as in having a society across a network. I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty cool, and I think you can meet some pretty ridiculously awesome people through shared interests like this. Yeah,
let's talk to you and catch up on how things have been going. So, you're a great guy, and I'm glad that you can agree with me in the fact that the Trabzon community has been one of the nicest communities to me and to everyone that has been around in the TA community. I'm not making much sense now, and I realise that. But, man, we're good. We're good, right?
We're good.
10 on 10.
We all like each other. That's all
You're on
that
top of
matters.
this, though. Don't worry.
Yeah, I understand Stowe. I speak stowaway when you're drunk, because you come over to NA mumble drunk all the time. So
yeah, man.
And
EU Drunken Legends, man. Come on. Sorry.
Oh my goodness! I actually had a Drunken Legends game.
And I
got
have
drunk.
I have to apologize to everyone. I'm not drinking any alcohol right now, but I am on Vicodin. I did have surgery on Thursday, so I'm still technically
Sweet
intoxicated.
beer, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You gotta go,
yeah.
man.
But yeah, so that's why I'm wearing the the beanie here, is because I had surgery on my ears, and if I don't have something over them, then the headphones will press on it and it'll hurt like hell. So yeah, just explanation for the beanie. That was all that was.
It suits you, man. You should rock that out. It's working.
I mean, yeah, and you have an excuse on you're fucking bored. But anyway.
What?
Nothing. I admire the way he dresses like he's still 14, despite being clearly a grown man. I mean, I have a lot of respect for the guy. I don't know why you're looking down on me.
So anyway, we should push on. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming on.
Yazo's camera just goes black.
Yeah, my God.
But no,
thank you.
I want to say to all you guys, as soon as Yozo stops laughing, if we can get him to stop laughing, we're probably going to kill him by the end of this
it's
segment
fine.
here.
It's fine. Just push on through. Push on through. It's good.
But no, I want to say thank you to all of you, for your thoughts on what I went through. It was, like I said, it was a long time that I was sick, and like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, I would not have made it through all this, and I say that to the community at large. So thank you, everyone.
Cheers to everyone.
I'll drink to that.
There you
with
go.
my water.
Are we drinking? Okay.
I'm drinking. So
yeah, good job.
I need a refill. Oh, I'm almost done.
I've been drinking.
So that sounded like final thoughts from Helmar. Lil Mamacita?
Well, I mean, thanks for having me on the show. You guys are always wonderful, wonderful people, very handsome guys, and it's nice to see us get together and just talk about how everyone is and how we're doing, and it's nice to see the community grow, and it's nice to not have so many haters and have them all go away. And it's just thank you guys, thank you, and the people that watch the stream and support us, and they always have nice things, or they're always wanting people that help the community and everything like that. So thank you guys, and thank you Halimar and Yuzo and Doc Matrix and Stowaway and everyone else in chat who watches us. We do it for you guys. So
much love.
Much love to all you guys.
Yuzo, any final thoughts?
I have a whole sheet of them. I said earlier. Like, can I?
Well, I tell you what, like, it's interesting because
Run through.
APC is one of the next guys on the show, but he's just informed me he's got to go home. So he's just.
Don't tell me you're replacing it with Bart, please.
No, I wasn't
Okay,
planning on
thank
doing
God.
that. I'm not even sure if Bart's online. I can check.
Bart's streaming
Shall I see if he's
right now.
online?
Don't get.
He's streaming Smite right now.
So yeah, we've got 15 minutes before I can bring Bart on, and I want to do this special segment with Halimar and Bart. So I'm not really sure how we're going to work this. So you go,
We can
Yuzo.
look at him when he gets home.
Yeah, I guess so. But Yuzo, say what you want to say.
Can I say what I want to say? Well, I want to
Go for it.
advertise. I want to advertise the soccer tournament that's going up this Saturday for a start, because it's on this Saturday, and you should all sign up for it. And somebody that's lovely and soberer than I will post a link in the chat almost instantly. Right about now. Oh shit, there's a stream delay. Okay, so the soccer tournament is going to be on Grav Bikes this Saturday. First prize is 50 quid, second prize is 30 quid, third prize is 10 quid. That's like $80 for playing an hour-long competition of tribes. So get there. Thank you guys. Thank you Stowe. Thank you Squire. Get there and get playing. And on that note, I want to give shout-outs to myself and Grimble, who have been donating for a while now, but especially Grimble, because even while in China, he's giving money and support to TA, although not a lot of people will know that, and he's out there doing IT projects and stuff. But I also want to give a shout-out to, and I'm going to pronounce this horribly wrong, but it's, I think, Söder, which I'll write in chat so Swedish people can correct my pronunciation, because I can't pronounce it. But who's generously donated also for this month's competition, and to Zyphon, who will be donating to a future competition, but through a really interesting means, and there'll be more information coming out about that as soon as I've had a chance to actually talk to him. So I wanted to kind of give a shout out to the soccer tournament. I also wanted to say welcome to Axed, who I don't know if you guys noticed, but have signed up on GameShrine and are currently a newly formed EU team, and they're out there looking for scrims. I just got a message in my inbox today from them saying they were looking for scrims, so I said that I'd get it out and advertise to people. So if you see, I cannot find his name right now, but if you see anybody with the AXT clan tag, then get in contact and see if you can see if you can get some scrims with them, get some games going. I guess the only other things that I want to say was the netball is fantastic, and we should all be playing netball basically because it's beyond good. Yeah, that's pretty much done, I think.
Just quickly, I do want to say so much thank you to Yuzo, Lil Monsters, and Helma for coming on. You're some of my favourite people in Tribes. And it's great to have you on the anniversary show. I couldn't think of 3 better people to come on for it. So, yeah, just thank you so much. And I hope I'm able to keep contact with you guys for the next, foreseeable future.
If you ever come to California, I'll buy you a beer. Same for you,
We'll go out for a beer.
Cheers. Yeah, we'll go out and hang out. I
Sounds
would
good
so
to me.
be down to hang out with you guys. So, if ever come to Cali, I'll treat you guys to a drink.
Outstanding. Look forward to that. All right, guys, we'll go to another break and hopefully ruckus up another panel. So I've got some plans to what to do before APC gets here. So yeah, again, thank you, Yuzo. Thank you, Little Mama Sia. Thank you, Halimar, for coming on. Halimar, I'm going to call you again when APC rocks up because I know you guys have got something to chat about. Yuzo, Little Mama Sia, we'll see you when we do. Thank you very much for joining us.
Right.
And yeah, let's kick it to a break.
Thanks so much, guys.
We'll be back soon.
Stowe Helmar.
All right, welcome back, guys. We're gonna do this whole video thing again. Come on, Stowe, you're supposed to be like covering my ass while I do this. I can't multitask.
So, on the next section, we are going to have Knudsen, Nordsmark, and Hi-Rez APC. This is our last section. Thank you so much to the previous guests. We have Helmar, Lil Mamacita, and Yuzzo, and of course the first panel as well. So thank you so much for joining us. And look at Knudsen. He's done his hair and he's wearing a jacket and everything.
Oh, I haven't, man. I haven't.
Oh man, look at that. And Nordsmark. Unfortunately, Nordsmark doesn't have a camera, which is obviously unfortunate. But Shaz is with us as well because APC is going to be a little while.
Yo.
He's APC.
I hate you so much, man. What's up with your glasses?
Guys, please, let's just calm down. And there is the picture of Nordsmark. So, thank you so much for joining us. And Doc Matrix, take it away, man.
Take it away. All right. Well, let's do that thing we were going to do that we didn't do before.
Let's do it. Okay, so you go.
Me go, but it's your thing.
Okay, hang on. Let me find the paper.
So.
Okay, so
I can't remember how we were going to do this.
Myself and Doc Matrix and Grimble, to a degree, are going to be launching our own YouTube channel and Twitter and generally organization, which are going to be doing a bunch of content for Tribes Ascend and hopefully some other games as well. It is Quick Draw TV. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff for that, so I really feel like you should do this, Doc.
Okay, so basically everything we've done to date in terms of content, whether it be Tribes, whether it be this show, we've never really had any branding on it. We've never given it a name. We've never been an organization like Winters and the IBN crew or anything like that. And we figured that, well, I've always been really into the live production stuff. That's what I love. It's what I do. But a lot of people either can't watch the show live, and the Twitch VOD system is pretty pathetic, so there's a lot of value in having your content up on YouTube as well. So what we did is we decided to come up with a name that we can kind of brand all our stuff with, and that name is Quick Draw TV or Quick Draw Esports. We chose Quick Draw Esports because we couldn't get Quick Draw TV on YouTube, and we're going to be launching a Twitch channel soon called Quick Draw TV, which is where we'll do all our content that doesn't end up on the Tribes Ascend channel, and we're going to be putting all of the Blue Plate episodes up on the YouTube channel, and all of the casting content that we produce also up on the YouTube channel as well. So there's at least an archive for it, and we can build up sort of a brand name. So yeah, that's pretty much the major announcement that Stowaway and myself had, and of course Grimble, who's still over there in China. So if you want the Behind the Blue Plate episodes, go there. I'm going to start backfilling. The most recent episodes are already available. The Christmas episode's up there as well. And I'm going to backfill the rest of the episodes. There's about 5 that I've lost, unfortunately, between about episode 38 and episode 43. Unfortunately, when we switched to moving to Tribe Descend, I wasn't recording locally, and for some reason they're not available on Twitch. So they're just unfortunately gone. That's life. But Stowaway, there's also another video series that you're going to start, which is also currently available on the YouTube channel.
Yes, so this is a new series we're going to be launching on Quick Draw TV, and to those who are wondering, it is named after the Tribe Ascend Park. We were fiddling around for quite a while about a name. We were going to go for I can't talk right now. Star Siege Esports, but because that's trademarked, we didn't go for it. So we're in for Quick Draw TV, or QDTV, as you see the logo, or Quick Draw Esports as it is on YouTube. And to analyze this, which is a series I'm going to be starting where we go to pro players such as JPY, and we've recorded episodes for Analyze This, where we go over gameplay from recent VODs from hopefully a variety of games, where we're going to be going over a bunch of stuff and kind of analysing what do the players do and their decisions within it. I might not be making too much sense right now, but it's going to be a good episode. So yeah, it's great. It's going to be going over hopefully a bunch of different things, but Tribe Ascend starting off with JPY, hoping to have a few more people on very soon and recording their analysis of gameplay and going over their stuff. So yeah, you should definitely go to Quick Draw Esports at YouTube and check out the stuff, and it'll be basically a bunch of premium content that me and my doc are doing ourselves, and making available to you. It's like Doc said, we've never really had a place where we can pretty much call in our main stuff. It's always been to my channel or Doc's channel or Roxton's channel, and just putting it there. So this is our first major platform, and we're also hoping to get a Twitch channel pretty soon.
Yeah, I've talked to certain people about that stowaway, and it looks like we'll be forming a new channel.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that's it. So yeah, we wanted to let you guys know about that, that we were putting that together, and that's where, because people keep asking me, where can I watch the previous episodes? I can't find them on Twitch, and this is going to be a much easier place to find that. And as Stowe said, a whole bunch of really cool content this series on different strategies and ways to play games. And as Stowe says, as we grow, we'll start putting more content on there, potentially for different games as well. But definitely Tribes Ascend is our focus at the moment and for the foreseeable future.
And on Twitter, it's QuickDrawTV at QuickDrawTV, so you can follow us there, and we'll post about our recent YouTube uploads. And on YouTube, it's QuickDraw Esports. So please follow us and make it worthwhile, man.
That's it. Cool. All right. Well, let's take advantage of having Shaz on the show while we have Shaz on the show. Although I suppose we should do introductions first. So, Hi-Rez APC/Shaz, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing fine. I'm APC. And yeah, no, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you on the show. We did actually originally invite Shaz, and he wasn't sure if he could make it, so it's really cool that you're able to give us an appearance. Nords Mark in the middle, how are you doing tonight, Nords?
I'm doing real good, thank you, Doc.
Oh,
How you doing?
Nords.
Oh, video games.
That's it.
Oh, drink.
Oh.
And Knutson in the corner, how are you doing tonight, mate?
My name is Knutson and I'm drunk. Drink Stowie!
Oh no.
Outstanding. So, yeah, Shaz, I want to start with you because we're not going to have you as long as potentially the other guys. So, I know you've got something to share with us, but the first thing I'd like you to share with us is your number one moment or thing in Tribes.
Well, Tribes, it's such a big... Wow. Damn.
See, everyone else had some warning
Yes, okay,
because they were planned.
I have to say, yeah. All right. I got one thing which comes to mind directly, which is during the PGW, just the whole thing, basically, like being there, meeting all the guys, playing the games. But then I had personally one big play in that tournament, which was my mid-air on Krista and the retrieve, and I got the flag out, and it was awesome. And that feeling sitting on the stage with the audience and everything. That's probably the biggest thing.
Cool.
Yes, do you remember what we said in Vertigo? No, Heartbreakers.
No.
No, but we were screaming, man. We thought that we were gonna win though, but you actually just turned it around and saved my day because I was doing retrieve and Chris actually strike grab.
That was good.
Fucking hell, what we was talking about it day off.
You're doing your robot thing. You should rejoin Mumble. Awesome.
And that's exactly what he did. Didn't even say anything. Where is he? He'll be back in a sec. There he is. Okay, hello.
Thank you for telling me.
If I knew it was that easy.
Yeah.
I'm on Mumble all day, that's why. Buggy.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, Knutson, you were there. I mean, you were on the same team, and clearly you remember the moment that Shaz was talking about. I mean, tell us about that. I mean, was this the final game? Was this kind of the make or break moment?
You're talking about just the moment when he was doing the mid-air and retrieve.
Yep. So which game was that, and you know how pivotal was that?
It was the final. It was kind of bad. I can't remember what maps. It was kind of bad.
Crossfire,
was the second one,
Katabatic, and I think Shrydog.
Yeah.
All right. So it was okay. It was kind of bad. Okay, second map. Anyhow, I remember from the first when Chrysolite actually grabbed it because the flag we were out in the field. I retrieved it because I thought he went for the strike grab. Instead, he went for the strike grab, and no one were on the stand. He got a clean grab, full HP, and Shaz just did made there. He died on the stand. He grabbed it at the same time while he was retrieving, and we were shouting. And I said on the Mumble, "Thank you, Shaz. You saved my day."
Awesome.
Then we
Let's,
talked a lot afterwards, but I'm not gonna big H's.
So in general, your best moment for Tribes was PGW.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, blog.
Hi, blog.
I watched that recently.
Wait,
my
what?
God, that was the best moment, man.
You didn't
Hi,
watch
blog.
the blog, Doc Matrix?
The barbecue. Oh, yeah,
blog.
like the blog, the video blog. Yeah. Of course I did.
Hi, blog.
Oh, hi blog. That's right. Yeah, that was a long time ago. It feels like a long time ago.
Also, I'm sorry. I'm watching myself on stream right now. I'm sunburned as well. Please.
I'm really sunburned.
Really?
Yes.
Just to let you know, Doc Matrix, APC is ready whenever you need him.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll bring him in very shortly. But I know that Shaz has one more thing for us before we have to kick him off.
Right. Let me just make Mumble not be push to talk. 1 second.
Okay, so we're gonna have a bit of a tune.
A bit of a tune.
Right. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay. So I wrote this song in 1 minute during listening to Hellemar.
Hellemar.
So it's an ODE to Hellemar, and I hope I can make it, because I don't know if I can. I hope I can. Hellemar has gone so damn far. He's a superstar, and we all love Hellemar. Tribes Ascend saved Hellemar, and Hellemar saved Tribes Ascend. Yeah, to be honest, he's Tribes' bestest friend. Beer mania and casting, he's a superstar. Yeah, you're awesome, Hellemar.
Outstanding.
Yay. Is that QT? Wait, was
Death Cab for
Death
Cutie,
Cab
yes.
QT? That's
Yes,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Good shout, and we do love Hellemar.
Hello, Maya, you still with us?
I'm
Yeah,
still
he
here.
applauds. Oh god, I got a text.
Beautiful.
Thank you much, Shaz. That was very nice of you. Very well done, too.
Huge shouts to Hellemar and Shaz.
Yeah, well done, Shaz. Always love your serenading on the show. There's been a few, and they just get better and better. So we're going to have to kick you off in place of Hi-Rez APC. Do you have any final thoughts or shout-outs before we let you go?
Nutson,
Hello, man.
I love you.
Love you too, man. I always love you. Why are you so quiet now?
Okay then.
Can't hear you, Shaz.
Hello?
Get push to talk again, man.
I got push to talk. Shit.
Okay, let's push it through.
Yeah, then push the
Go on,
button.
you can do it. You can talk. What? Shaz?
Let's just get APC.
problems.
It's pretty hard to push that
Let's
button.
get APC on.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Shout out to Nutson, I love you. Shout out to my team Vertigo. We have a match versus Flamboyant tomorrow, I think.
Yes.
In any
Point 115.
EUTL Pro League. It's gonna be a really good game. It's probably gonna be really even. So check that out.
7-0, 7-0.
And yeah, great job with Behind the Blue Plate. It's an awesome show. I love watching it. I love being on it. I love everything about it. I love you guys. I love Tribes. I love everyone. That's it.
Don't
Awesome.
forget Bins.
I love you too.
I love you too, Mama C.
All right, Chaz, we're gonna let you go. Thank you very much for joining us, and I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Yes.
So there we go. Gonna pop him off. Bring APC in. Hopefully the regions work out for me. Come on, regions.
APC.
Chaz, let's go. Chaz, someone on the chat actually asked you if you're going to start streaming again.
I think he's gone, mate.
No, he's on Mumble still.
Yeah, he's still in Mumble.
Hello,
Chaz?
hello, am I here?
You are APC. I need you to mute your Skype.
I do have my Skype muted.
Yep. No, that sounds better. And do you have a cam?
I do.
Okay, awesome.
Voila.
APC is nuts, and what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's rotated you boys around.
It's
Hang on.
funny. Shaz had the same shirt that I have on right now, so this is so fitting.
Okay, so we're gonna move you over here.
Time to start troll, APC. You're me.
Okay, now, actually, so I want to take advantage of this. So I know Halamar, you're still here, right?
Yep.
Okay,
here.
so the first thing is APC and Halamar, you apparently had something you wanted to bring to everyone's attention.
Yeah, go ahead, Halamar.
All right, so
Not warmed
APC
up yet.
Okay, yeah. So APC and I have been talking recently, primarily about the sort of lack of exposure for some of the mid/lower tier teams, sort of like the house league teams. And so we've concocted this idea of basically putting up another streaming channel where you know we'll be able to get more exposure on some more of the teams, as well as getting some of the casters and whatnot who haven't had the opportunity to get on the main Tribes Ascend stream to actually do some casting and some camera work on this other stream. And you know, preliminary name is, you know, Tribes Casting Network, or TCN. It fits nicely, technician, you know, that sort of thing. But you know, that's sort of the idea that we're going with, is, you know, just so everyone can they can get their foot in the door, they can, you know, get their exposure. The House League won't feel like, you know, they're not getting any camera time, and anyone who wants to try and you know, try some casting, try some camera work, they can, you know, can just contact us and we can get them set up.
Yeah, pretty much that's it. I know there's a few people out there that have been like, hey, I want to try casting, or I want to try camera. It's a good introduction. It's a good way to start. And it's a good way to find out who we have available, because there's some people that actually confronted me, be like, yo, how do I get involved with this? It's like, well, I've been asking for a long time, or we have been asking for a while. And we usually have a schedule ready for the Pro League, which means those guys usually don't have the opportunity even when they ask me. So I'm like, I feel bad. I want you guys to get into it. And, you know, I hate to turn down casters. It's something that we always cry for, but then I just don't end up using them. I don't know, it's kind of rude. So it's like, you know what, let's get this idea where we can just have them do house league games, and we could just teach them. We could get them like a set graphic that Halamar actually put together that I've been doing. But yeah, I think it's a good little. It's like a replacement of Tribescast almost.
So just quickly, I think we should probably go over introductions again, because we didn't really get everyone to introduce themselves. So why don't we start from left to right and go Knutson? Introduce yourself.
How are you doing, Zoe?
Sorry,
Hi.
before you guys do that.
Sorry.
If I can just sort of hand it off to APC here, I've got to go take care of something. I was kind of waiting around for him to get on, but if we're good to go, then I'm gonna take off.
No worries, Helma.
Thanks very much
for coming on.
Really
Take care.
All right. See you guys later.
See you, Helma. Take care.
See
See you
you.
on Friday, Saturday, whatever it is.
Yeah, Saturday morning for you.
Yep. 4 o'clock, someone told me.
Yeah, somewhere in there. You'll see a post on Reddit.
There's another Beer Mania or something.
Yep, Beer Mania.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, see you guys.
Beer Mania.
All right.
Hopefully.
Okay, cool. So yeah, well, let's move into the number one moments then, because Knutson and Nods did say hello a little bit earlier. So Knutson, let's start with you. What is your number one moment in Tribes?
Number one moment, well, is Paris as well, to be honest. But I don't know if I want to take it up, and I've tried to find something else, but it's really hard in this short of notice. I mean, PGW, it was the biggest thing in Tribes Ascend history, if you ask me, at least for European scene. And meeting everyone, at least IDK, I have already met Heartbreakers before Paris game. And you, Doc, I mean, you were excellent at the Paris game. You were the caster, you were doing all the work. I don't know if everyone knows it, but when I was in the lab, you know, people who were at the event, they actually saw how much work you actually put down to this casting. And big thanks to you, man.
Oh, it was my, like I said earlier, it was my pleasure, absolute pleasure to be there. I was just, happy to be there.
Yeah, but you were so into it, really. And Bart, he was doing other stuff, you know. It just, to me, my eyes, it just looked wrong. I'm just telling you.
Well, you know, Bart obviously had his things to do as well, and so I just wanted to make it as good as it could be. So, you know, the interviews we did, the pre-can stuff, it was all there just to make the best production. But I mean, for you as a player, you know, Paris Games Week, was it just sort of meeting the guys? Was it the competition atmosphere as well? What was kind of like the most important part for you?
a gamer, at least me, I love LANs, meeting people, meeting geeks. You have the same interests, you know. You can talk whatever you want. And meeting IDK, that was like I didn't really meet the who were there, Orcs and
Unhandled Exception, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really meet them. It was only IDK, and I always wanted to meet them because they were number one, and we have always been fighting them in the finals. Every final that has been out there, so it was actually big to meet them, and it was fun to talk to them. And the last night was the best day in a Paris event, and I wanted the LAN to be longer. I want it to be longer.
Yeah, I mean it was quite a short thing, right? I think it was like a 2-day event or something like that. I mean, for us it was only 1 day. In terms of the tribe stuff.
I think most of the people had 3 days there.
3 days. I mean, I think I arrived like the Smite day, right? So the day before the tribe stuff. And that's sort of when everyone was filtering in.
Yeah, I think IDK were there like the day before.
Oh wow, okay.
Meme and Miri was the day before as well. So a couple of guys had 3 days.
Yep.
But the problem, to me, it was the problem at the event as well, was that everyone was living so far from each other, so it took like 1 hour before we can actually meet each other and know where the fuck we were.
Yeah, I mean, some of the
we should have it in the same hotel. Well, will it be next time? I don't know. APZ can answer that.
I don't know of any next time, but I mean, the doors definitely aren't closed for that.
It doesn't
Anything
need to be
can
big,
happen.
you know. It doesn't have to be big.
Well, Stowaway said you're not coming to I-49, Knudsen. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I got a really bad back pain. That's my fault, to be honest. I was drunk and doing some crazy stuff with a friend. And I got really bad right now. I cannot really sit normally. That's why I'm moving around a lot. So I'm not sure if I can make it, and having the back pain there, I can't sleep wherever I want. I need really a good bed. And I think all the hotels are booked already.
Yeah, they are
Yeah,
actually.
mostly. Yeah,
Jeez.
so
Well, I mean,
It's hard
there's
for me to
uni
get
accommodation, but I don't know what that actually means yet. Like,
I
we'll
don't
be
know
staying
the
there, but
beds.
Yeah,
I
but
know it's
you-
good. I know it's good. It's good.
It's a
but I
LAN.
don't know.
Half the people sleep at their computers anyway.
I know it's
You
crazy.
can't
Like,
do it there. You're not allowed to do it there. They have a
Yeah,
camp.
you're
You can camp. You can camp.
yeah, no, they
LAN
do.
is this?
They let you, like, if you got a sleeping bag, you can just, like, put your head on your keyboard and no one really fusses.
Alright, good. I mean,
No,
that's
you
what LANs
can't.
are all about.
No, they will kick you out if you do that.
Yeah,
Really?
they kick you out. Yeah,
Oh
they
my
kick
Yeah,
you out.
goodness.
they'll
That's-
say you're not allowed to sleep there.
Oh, wow, I've seen
That's
dudes
why
doing
they're
that.
having. That's why they're having camp, so you can have a tent or whatever you want.
Yeah,
You
right.
can actually put it out.
Okay.
So yep. That's
I
why.
remember the Insomnia. I saw a few dudes doing that. Maybe it was before they got kicked out.
Maybe.
You know, if this was America.
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 Very good.
I don't sleep where I goddamn want.
Oh my god, I'm surrounded by Euros right now.
That's true,
Oh.
actually, man. You're outnumbered.
Oh god.
But APC, you should go to Insomnia, really.
I
Great
really,
place.
really want to. There's Gamescom going on.
I was gonna
with that,
say, you're
and
gonna
my
be at
sister's
Gamescom?
wedding. But I don't know.
You have a
I really
wedding?
don't know. But like I have like my sister's wedding. It's just like which one?
Gamescom.
We'll see what happens. One of the three will happen.
Sister wedding, I hope, man.
I have 5 sisters. I mean, it's like the 4th wedding I'll be going to for them. So it's like another one.
All right. What?
Well, I can't agree more with the pick of Paris as your highlight, Knudsen. Yeah, I mean it's difficult to top that kind of. And we had Remix on before, and he said exactly the same thing for his experience in America, or like technically Canada, I suppose, which was that LAN finals for him. So it's obviously going to be a common trend. And yeah, it would be cool if that could happen again.
I can point out the draft tournament as well. That was actually big for me. After Paris game.
The one
When
you
was it?
captained and won?
February. I don't know.
That would have been
That was actually
when I
the-
was at I-47.
I have no idea, man.
I think so.
It was the way Heartbreakers had a break during the X shit. Then we wanted to see how many who wanted to go back from Heartbreakers, and draft tournament actually brought me back to Tribes.
That's
Mission complete. Sweet.
It's kind of a big step as well.
Draft tournaments are good for that. I mean, that was a big reason why I wanted to initiate the whole draft idea, because people are like, man, we have nothing to do, we have no competition. I was like, well, and then teams are breaking up. It's like, well, I guess the best way to do that is let's just get people playing, like new people of all kinds, veterans, and let's this whole draft going. and that worked in both America and Europe. Sadly, we couldn't get the best Europe team versus best American team. But then these leagues started to show up, and yeah, the momentum just carried on from there. So yeah, I agree. The draft was a big success.
It was, man. It's big for all the vets as well, though. Brickers disappear. I don't know, American, but that actually brought me back.
Yeah, it did. It certainly did over here. We had a lot of signups, more than we expected. And yeah, it was cool. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do another one soon.
Yeah, I mean coming back to COM. That's what I'm telling.
Right.
Not just playing the draft tournament.
I think we had a couple teams stick together for that, or at least put together because of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is a Beastman. That's my kitty cat. That's the tribe's cat.
Cool. Well, let's keep moving on then. So Nordsmark, again, nice to have you on the show, and same question to you, mate. What's your biggest moment in Tribes?
This was like a fairly hard question for me actually, because I've had a lot of really good experiences since I started joining the comp community in October, and it's been really fun for me, like joining the comp scene, starting POX, and then being picked up by Pelican, and wish I still play with those guys today. But my the best overall thing was like the whole WLW experience, like joining with some NA people and like playing against the odds on American servers, and together with some European players and some NA players, and like getting to know the other community, and that was like a really fun experiment for me, and I'm sure like the other European players from WLW would agree that that was a fun. I've talked with Black about that before, and he had a lot of fun with that as well. So I think that was really fun, getting to know the other community, and like doing fairly successfully in the Pro League as well. As a new team, that was good.
So, I mean, how was it? Like, I mean, did you find that community considerably different to the way, your European is?
Of course, because there was so many like different ways of how people play, and yeah, like the general, I guess like a lot of the view on the game is different, especially regarding how you play like LD in the two different regions, like where America is much more chase oriented, where Europe is more frag oriented. Which makes for just that one role playing so differently, makes some games a lot, I don't know, makes the game feel a lot different at times. It's pretty fun to try to bring some European meta game into it, and yeah, this is fun. But it was a bit harsh in the end. I said I wanted to play more in NATL Season 2, but it's been a bit harsh on me, like all those late nights, so yeah, that was a bit too much. Had to go.
What was it about that team that was so successful, do you think? Was it just down to the skill of the players, or was it that combination of Americans and Europeans, forming kind of like a new style?
Well, I don't know, maybe some of that. We did like bring in some of each, but I don't know. We had some extremely skilled players on our team though, like a lot of really good players. Like I was surprised to see a player like Kevin. I haven't really, I didn't follow the NA scene much, but like he surprised me so much when we picked him up. Swordfish, an extremely nice guy and good player as well. Francis as well. Like there was so many good players on that team. Reddish Blue, a beast on offense. We had a lot of skilled players. Then
yeah,
we had
that was a good team. It was enjoyable to watch too, because as you mentioned, like Europeans have a different game, different style than the North American scene, and just seeing those collide together and performing well in the Pro League, like despite ping differences, it was just an art almost to watch, to see how you guys collaborated as like a new team.
Yeah, it was really fun to try to work out how to deal with the ping as well, because I'm an offense player, that's what I do, and playing with the high ping, you're like limited to a single loadout on the soldier with the Eagle Pistol because of the hit scan nature. And then you have to like work around that because the Eagle Pistol is so limited in its range, but if you get up close it's really deadly. So you have to like find a new style of offense play and play with that. It was really fun to do. Yeah, together with JP and and our European Cabba Black, who is a nice guy. We have him on Pelican now, so that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to make my
He's
bed
good
for
at
Nabil.
calling back lefts in the video game. That's what he does. So yeah, that whole thing, the WW thing, which I also think like kind of led to the how we in Europe got to the more American style rule set, because JP liked it and we started to trying to like introduce it to the European community. I guess it would have been natural as well, because people like watch the streams and watch how much more fun it is to play with like a certain rule set, but we suddenly like tried to push it a bit, especially JP did, so it was pretty fun. It's kind of how it started. Like we saw this new rule set and we were like intrigued. Me and JP wanted to try it out, so we wanted to play in the NATL. It's pretty fun. Led to some fun games.
I mean, Knudsen, you would have seen these guys go and play. Like, did you think they were crazy, or do you think it was cool?
Playing in NITL, now I can't speak. NITL, yeah, it was kind of cool. When I saw it, I wanted to play as well a little bit, because I'm working two shifts, so I'm getting home when they're like starting to play. So before I actually, sleeping, I could play. But that never happened though. I was the sub for Brain Damage if he was not going to show up. That's all.
And APC, I mean, you would have seen these guys through the cast and stuff, probably much more so than most of the Europeans. What was it like in the NA scene? How did everyone react to like having this kind of hybrid team? Was it reasonably well taken?
Yeah, actually, I thought it was very well taken, and people were just that. I don't know if people had high expectations for them or not, but we all knew that there was good North American people on there, and just as like the Europeans don't really know like some of the good players, as you mentioned, you didn't know about Kevin, but yeah, Kevin does perform well. Some people probably didn't know about you, Noisemark, and then saw you play. People were like, oh wow, look at Black, he's freaking great.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like an opener, and being like, it's kind of cool to see people across the pond, the people that people have never played with before. They have to play against these people, and all of a sudden, not knowing this name, you're playing against someone that is actually really good. Usually you know everyone that's good. So it was well perceived, and I know, what is it?
That's why they jump in there. That's why they don't know Noisemark.
Yeah. I also must say, another guy who actually surprised me was a European, like Brain Damage actually, because I knew he was really good, but he actually, even despite knowing he was good, he surprised me. He was like...
Didn't know he was good?
I knew he was good. I didn't know he was like fucking top tier good. Because I never really played with him. Like I was, again, I'm kind of late into the whole comp scene, so.
I didn't know him either. I never played with him, But
Yeah.
I've seen him. I know his name. I know he's hitting. I know he's doing the job.
Yeah, I know that now as well. I was so surprised that he was like top tier material.
So you know why
he
we
did-
took him into Vertigo.
Yeah. He is good at all the classes as well. Like he even though he lacks some experience, he certainly has that now, and he's a beastly offense player as well.
So, Dog Matrix, what do you think about bringing in a caller?
Yeah, we do have a caller in the reception. Nope, and he's in. So we currently.
Alright, if I say drunk, we need a drink, right, Zoe? Drink.
Yes. Oh
yes.
Stowey's gonna have a fun morning. Mr. Goat, you're on Behind the Blue Plate. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you
Hello,
guys?
Mr. Goat. Hello, mate.
How much did
Great
you
to
drink?
be
actually?
here.
What
doing
is your
wonderful,
question?
wonderful. Well, my question is, what makes you guys stay with the game? What keeps you here?
Knudsen.
You're asking everyone.
Go for it.
Knudsen. Good question. It was a draft tournament, when I was playing versus someone, I don't know the team, it's the kick, when you're playing like a final or whatever. That's actually what's bringing you back. That's why I'm here. That's why I got back. Not
Sounds
the
good,
game
sounds
itself,
good.
I must say.
Not
But I'm the top sniper, of course, in Tribes. There you
But I
go.
have to
said
change
it.
that soon. I will practice my sniping skills.
Do it. And get me motivated. That's what I'm waiting for.
Right, I have some competition for you.
No, well, Shad tried. It didn't work. So they left. You know, they put him to O, and Madden tried. It didn't work. So I don't have anyone now.
No, it's Mark. What keeps you playing Tribes?
Well, I'm new to. Oh, sorry. Go.
That's fine. I like the game itself, and I don't know. My team definitely playing with a team made it not go stale. While I was not playing in comp, I was quitting it on and off all the time. So yeah, my team definitely.
APC, I mean, you're kind of paid for it, but what keeps you around?
Wow. What gets me to come back? Huh. No, I was just saying it in chat earlier. Like Tribes, it's really hard to fill the void of Tribes when you leave. You can't match a game like it. And I've been playing it since the year 2000 from Tribes 1, and I've been poisoned since then, as I will say. You can't find a game that compares to it. I mean, I could play some Counter-Strike Go. I can appreciate a lot of different games, from MOBAs, RTSs, MMOs. I could play those, but something that really keeps my interest, if I'm like bored one day, it's like, I'm just gonna play some Tribes. Like, even if I left for 6 months, I'll come back. I can't imagine leaving for 6 months, but you know, it seems like that's the story for everybody. You'll see that goodbye thread on Reddit, and then you'll see them in game like a month or two later in Mumble, and you're like, I thought you quit. Be like, well, there's no other games out there, so I'm just gonna play this. It's just a great game. It's just fun. You said you were new? I thought you said you were new. You're not new.
Mr. Goat?
Yeah, I'm new. I'm about 3 weeks into the game, you know. I've not been here very long. What got me playing was I seen it online, and I'm like, oh, wow, this is a free game called Tribes. I used to play this back in the day, you know, on PlayStation 2. So I used to play the Tribes Aerial Assault, and that's what really got me into it, and then I've been in love with it ever since. I can't put it down.
That's amazing. See, that's the only Tribes game, and I hate to say it, that's the only Tribes games I never played. And it's amazing
everybody
how many
tells me
people
that Aerial Assault, you know, they didn't like it or whatever, but that's the one I played, and that's what got me here. So
But there's
I
so
think
many
that's
people
there.
that say that. It's amazing how many people say, oh, I just played Tribes Aerial Assault. I hear that probably more than I hear people say they played Tribes 1 almost.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, I mean, I don't know.
That's cool.
I'm here.
Well,
And I
welcome. I
love
mean,
it.
you have a long road ahead of you with some Tribes.
Oh,
Yes, I'm currently level 21, so, you know.
For a couple weeks, that's pretty damn good.
Yes. Don't be drunk.
No,
like. Oh, you have a drink. I need to get more beer back.
Video games.
So, Mr. Goat, have you played a pug yet?
I'm sorry?
Have you played a pug? Have you joined the Mumble?
Yeah, I've played a few pugs actually with a few different people, and I'm actually part of a team called Clan Alpha Saber. I've recently joined with them. So
Great group of guys.
Yeah, I currently, you know, join the mixers and the pugs on the weekends. I played probably 2 or 3 so far, and I've really enjoyed it. It's really competitive. My favorite game right now is netball.
Oh, that's fun.
I got the shock lens just for netball. So.
That's cool. Yeah, that's definitely that was something when I first watched it. I was
turns
like,
the
wow,
game
this
into
is fun.
a really competitive
love
scene.
netball?
But
What
it
do
is
you
a
do?
lot of fun.
What do I do on netball?
Yeah, why do you love netball?
Oh, why do I love netball? I love netball because it makes the game really focused on the competitive part. You know, the aspect where you're one-on-one with the players. You have to throw the flag. It's much more skill involved than the normal gameplay. I just think it takes it to another level. I don't know.
Definitely a different type of skill.
It's completely different. It's a different taste of Tribes, but I wouldn't go as far as.
It's almost a different video game in this. Like
it really is. But I do
Different
think it's
video
a
game.
blast.
Oh,
it's one thing watching it,
Video
and then it's
game.
another thing actually playing it.
It's pretty difficult to play, like, as far as the way the maps are set up. I think if we had a specific map for that type of game, it would work out better. But as far as right now, it is kind of difficult to play, just as far as the map is pretty big, usually.
Video game.
What keeps you playing Tribes, though?
Oh man, it's the people, man. I love so many people in Tribes, honestly.
You love
Especially
everyone,
right
Zoe?
now.
Oh my god.
Because you're drunk, so you love everyone.
Oh god, can I go into it? Can I list them?
No, I said drunk.
Yes?
Twice now. Drink.
What?
I said drunk twice.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, well, we really got to keep pushing on, Goat, because it's hitting on that 3-hour mark.
Well,
all
it
the
was nice to
people
talk to you
that,
guys. Thank you for
thank
having me.
you.
I will see you all in game.
Thanks,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Goat.
Mr. Goat.
Enjoy the video game, man.
Video game.
Motivate me, Mr. Goat. Whatever
Yes.
his name was. Mr. Goat, right?
Mr. Goat.
Zoe, how are you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Are you...
I'm gonna butt in. Hi-res APC, what's your number one moment in Tribes?
Getting tired.
So there's a couple moments, of course. I'm sure people could pick them out just by if they just think about it. One of the best moments, I have to go with what Remix said. You know, I was on the same team as Remix, and that's going to NASL. That was just a one-of-a-kind experience, just being able to getting flown out to play a video game in Toronto, out of the States. I've never been out of the States, never been to Toronto, so I had to go get my passport for it. I got to, I asked Hi-Rez if I can go a couple days early. Like, I'll pay extra for the plane ticket if so, but let me go a couple days early. I'll take a couple days off of work. I want to make a little vacation out of this because I've never been here. And so I flew out there. My first day in Toronto, I found my own hotel place, just trying to, check out the area. It was a great time. Had a couple at a local bar. And then the next day, I met up with Reddish Blue and Frost and hung out with them. I actually stayed with Reddish Blue for a night. He let me stay at his place, which was downtown in Toronto, which was a lot of fun. Showed me the area. We went over like what's different between Canada and North America. Woke up in the morning, took a train down to the NASL to meet up with everybody else, where I met, Blitz, Remix, Praj, Mabel, Tailspin. Like, it was really cool.
Tailspin.
Yeah, and just that whole experience, just hanging out with everybody, meeting and chilling with the Hi-Rez guys and playing in front of that many people, meeting these StarCraft players that, like, I don't really watch StarCraft. And, like, here I am standing next to, like, Hero and, what's his name? Oh my god, I just had his name. Whatever it was, MVP. I just had all these StarCraft players next to me, and I was like, I don't care who these guys are, but there are people in the crowd that would kill to be in the position I'm in now. And I knew it, so I'm taking pictures and stuff just to see what they're doing. And so yeah, that was a great time. The match was the best matches you could think of. Game 4 was Katabatic, and my team we just had to win that game in order to shut it out. But man, the opposing team, Legion, was just killing it, and they actually took the map from us, forcing us into Game 5. Just an awesome matchup. Celebrations, my team won, being up there getting interviewed by Fish Sticks on GameStop, and it was just all of it was just so surreal to me. And then eventually we had like a little party at the end where I took a nap in my room, or in like the party room, and I woke up to Stefano and someone from NASL knocking on my door being like, hey, isn't there supposed to be a party in here or something? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I didn't know who this was, but Stefano's the one that won the StarCraft tournament. And I was just like, wow, like, I'm learning this right now, and I'm like, so many people that would appreciate this position. But, yeah, there's Fixius. He put one of the pictures up there. That was just a great experience right there. I can't imagine that ever happening again. I don't think I'm that esports anymore.
Oh, look at Mabel.
Look at that guy.
Next to Remix.
Who's what?
Mabel is next to Remix.
Mabel's the dude with the fro.
The hairy guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely. I don't see that happening again. And I felt like on top of the world. I felt like a celebrity of some kind. And telling people at home they were all happy for me watching the game, just like how Remix was saying. I don't have a daughter, watching it, saying they saw me on TV. But a lot of my friends sent me messages like, "Dude, this is so cool. This is the greatest thing. Like, if there's anyone in my life that deserves this, it's you." They knew how much I love Tribes. It was always a part of my life, and I always made, I was like an open nerd, but people didn't care. They thought it was cool. And here I am actually making money off it pretty much, and they're like, "Oh, that's fantastic." And same with getting the job. That's the other thing. Landing this job was a surreal feeling, and I remember getting the call. I was like, I can't believe, like, what? I didn't even really apply for this. I just went to PAX Prime with Hi-Rez, hung out with them, helped them out at their booth, and meeting Anarchy and some other streamers on Twitch. And to see that turn into a job, and now here I am, in your face, Mom and Dad. The game that you kicked me off the computer for when I was a kid is now my profession. It was just like a surreal feeling, and it's from there. It's just been a great road. I'm pretty damn happy these days.
So I mean, it's interesting, like hearing like all the pro guys saying, you know, that sort of highlight, that high moment was definitely like the LAN finals, the big game, the big offline event, and I guess that's what you'd expect, right?
Yeah, I did expect that from anybody that went to PGW or NASL. It's not something that everybody gets to do, especially in tribes. Like there's never been anything like this in tribes. There was UVA LAN. Where all these guys, it was a community ran thing, guys. I mean, you guys are still open to have a community ran LAN, just saying. But it was a community ran LAN that people went together in Virginia, and hundreds and hundreds of people went out there just to play some tribes, and it was a success, like for like 8 years or something. But nothing like this to this degree, where it was like a highlighted, shoutcasted everything event for tribes players. So I'm definitely not surprised that it's just like everyone's favorite moment in tribes.
But it doesn't matter what game you're playing.
It doesn't.
Lance or LAN.
Cool.
But
anyways, I wanna before you start. Who's Tailspin? Who's Tailspin? Apparently he was at the PGW as well. Take the picture up again, Doc.
The picture, which oh god, I'll have to see it. Someone to post it.
Let us know who Tailspin is.
Here we go. Tailspin. All right, so I can't name all of these guys.
Do you know who Tailspin is? You meet him at Paris.
So someone told me he was there. Apparently, I was sitting right next to the dude, and I had no idea. I didn't realize it was
wow.
him.
Yeah,
I don't think
he
was there. To be honest with you,
he was at Paris. Yeah, he was. He was playing Shoot Mania.
Yeah, that's what someone told me. Apparently, he came and like.
Who is the guy then? I can see APC there.
Okay, so
Mabel.
I've heard he's a big unit, so I'm guessing he's the guy.
No, you took it off.
Wait, who's this guy? Wait, this must be the runners up. Which team is this?
That's the runners up.
Is this
yeah,
Legion
that you're showing on stream now?
Yeah,
that's
so
Legion.
So I imagine
from left to right on that. That's Tui, Veer, Praj. Look at them stand like a boss. Zato, Tailspin.
Right. Yeah.
Who was
that's
Tailspin
now? Fonzie.
Tailspin's the big dude.
The big tall guy.
Dude's like a foot taller than everyone else.
Okay, yeah. Right. Yeah. I heard that he was big.
Yeah, apparently, like he was sitting right next to me, and I had no idea.
I never saw him. I'm not gonna say anything. Hi, Tailspin. See you.
I'm pretty sure he's bossing up. Yeah, like you say, he was in the Big Shoot Mania tournament. I don't know if they won.
Won.
Yeah, like the 100 grand tournament. Like I think.
He went around for a lot of Shoot Mania tournaments.
And yeah, he's in that Firefall team that's rocking everyone as well.
Yep. Sniper in Tribe 6.
Jane, he's better than you, Nutson?
I don't know. I don't see who won NASL. Was it Remix or Tailspin? Oh, it was Remix. That's right.
GG.
All right, guys.
It was like Tailspin is so awesome.
Oh, Knudsen.
Tailspin. What? What do you want? I can talk shit. What?
Yeah.
Do you know why
it's
he
just
lost?
a video game anyway, so.
Do you know why he lost? Because it was too
Just
loud
a
and he
video
could block
game.
people. Telling you.
No, I'm just saying video games. That's funny. It's okay.
Please drink.
Drinking.
I'm drinking,
Are you drunk,
man.
Zoe? Are you drunk? Are
Yeah,
you
he looks
drunk?
drunk.
Drunk?
I think he's beyond it.
He's sober. Like, what are you talking
wasted?
about?
But it's been a great ride. Someone said it in chat, and I was like, you know what? That's a great. I liked it. That was a great response. What's your favorite moment in Tribes? And he's like, the moment hearing that there's another Tribes coming out. Because after Tribes Vengeance, we were all thinking like, man, that's it. R.I.P. I was playing Legions, and I wasn't playing Tribes 2 anymore. I was sick of Tribes 2 for its various reasons, and it just seemed outdated. And Tribes Vengeance never really got into that much, but I still played it here and there. So I played Legions, which was the spiritual successor from the studio or InstantAction.com that picked up the Tribes IP, and it held me together for a while. And then hearing that Instant Action sold the IP to Hi-Res Studios, and Hi-Res Studios first said they're going to make, Tribes Universe, and then later down the road they're like, we're actually going to go with Tribes Ascend, which is a, more like what people would want with Tribes, which is your classic CTF, first-person shooter and all. It's like, I was happy it was that route instead. And man, that was one of the greatest moments of just Tribes right there, is hearing that there was another Tribes coming. Like, Viva La
Do
Tribes.
you know what happened to it? Tribes TU.
I mean, it was known that Tribes Universe basically turned into Tribes Ascend. It was first they wanted to make a MMO and then switched over to a first-person shooter.
It was another game then. It was another game from many people. One of the biggest guy in Tribes Vengeance going to make a Tribes game.
I don't know.
Or
What you talking about?
Doesn't ring a bell for me either.
Oh, you're saying like from Quake, Enemy Territory,
Quake,
like Quake Wars or something?
Yeah.
I know nothing about that either. I've heard of it and I saw like videos and the team making it. I think it's called
Yeah, many people tried it out as well, and it was good. It was just the meters were fucked. It was fast and really good and was really big. But I never tried it though. I tried it at Bin's place.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely that was the best response I heard in chat so far.
Yeah.
And I'll give that for the other ones as well. Like I remember, near the end of Tribes 1, everyone was so pumped for Tribes 2. Like we got a leaked copy, and I remember because we were commentating at an event, like it was CPL or WCG or something like that, and we were commentating at this event, and as soon as the event stopped, we had this leaked copy of Tribes, and we were just waiting for everything to stop so we could install it and try it out. And I remember being so disappointed that it was so goddamn slow. It was so sluggish. But yeah, that anticipation was definitely palpable. And the same thing when I heard of Tribes Ascend. As soon as I heard about it, I'm like, yes, I've got to sign up for that and and get that beta as soon as it's available.
When is number 2 out?
Or Tribes Ascend 2?
Oh.
Well done, Stoey.
No
Well done.
details.
Yes.
Yeah,
some video games.
I know that feel with Tribes 2. I had that same feeling with it, and then Classic came out, and made it great. It was a community that really kept me together for Tribes 2, with the chat feature there. Just like IRC, I was using IRC then in Tribes 1 as well.
You're dodging the question, APC.
What was the question?
When was TA2?
Oh yeah. So anyway, Tribes 2. Just chatting with everybody was just a great time. I did say something. I said no details.
Fair.
I did say
That's
that.
not
but I kept
enough.
going on.
We want to hear more.
I have an interview somewhere that when I was at GDC like 4 years ago, that I interviewed the lead designer of Tribes 1. He was there. And I was like, I can't believe I'm talking to this guy. The first thing I said to him, I was like, you ruined my life. But in a good way, And he's like, I get that from time to time.
APC, when are you going to support the new rules in Tribes Ascend?
Someone get this guy out of here.
What do you mean support the new rules?
No, it's many new, rules.
Yeah, Scott Youngblood fixes.
No.
What?
What?
You know what you're talking about, APC.
I missed it. I was actually reading chat. What?
When are you going to support the, scene?
Supporting the comp scene? What are you talking about?
With a new rule set.
The new
and
rule
we
set.
make a new rule set. We need to get support to make it better.
What support do you need, Knudsen?
Well, many people are
Oh, this is
complaining
gonna
about
turn into a
inf-
balance. No.
No. Many people are complaining about inf grabs. We want to.
All right,
remove inf
no.
grabs.
We're not.
This is
This
turning
is
into
not
a balance discussion.
the Blue Plate anniversary show is not turning into a roast.
APC is here. I'm here. This is what we talk about.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
no,
APC is available through other
That's
channels
why I'm
as
not
well.
here. That's why I
I
should be.
will
Why you're
make
not here?
nipples come out.
Just play the
No,
video
wait,
game, Knudsen.
drink. I said drunk, man.
All right, I think we're gonna move into final thoughts and shoutouts for Stowaway's sake more than anything.
I think he is tired, man.
Knudsen, final thoughts and shoutouts.
Well, APZ, really, you are amazing. You're doing a great job.
It's the nicest thing you ever
Having
said
fun
to me.
with you, man. Yeah, but
What a guy.
Just having fun with you. You know that. But you
Sure,
don't know
of
that. But
course, you can
You
only
do.
imagine how much I get from various people, and I don't know when people are joking or not, especially when I don't know them that well.
Yeah, but you know, you should know by now. I'm trolling. a lot, so.
Trust me, I know by now.
Yeah, you know by now. So APZ, yeah, and Hi-Rez as well. To be honest, with the Paris, big shout out. Wish you supported more, or at least we want to feel that you support. We're having another LAN. I like LANs. I don't care about the money, or someone else does. I will love you. And everyone from not Behind the Blue Plate, Stowy, Doc Majors, Wish Roxanne was here, to be honest. I love his voice. And my teams, Heartbreakers.
Yeah, you're cutting out a bit, Knudsen.
Knudsen too drunk to push the button.
Is it me or is it Mumble? I'm cutting out now.
It's working better now.
Not
What?
Snowy, whoa.
Sorry, you go.
I don't know what. Did you hear it?
You were shouting out to your team.
Go.
Yeah, and Vertigo. Back, Heartbreakers and like, you know.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Nordsmark, over to you.
Yeah, shoutouts to my team Pelican, a bunch of awesome guys, and everyone on who has ever been on WLW. Like, I hope you'll do good with the merge with Nitron, or whatever. Like, haven't watched too much into it. Yeah, shout out to you guys. It's good, and Stowe, you're pretty cute.
Thank you.
Oh, Stowe.
But before I throw it over to APC for final thoughts and shoutouts, I just realized I forgot completely about the second competition. So we're gonna do it now. We're gonna do it quickly.
Like 3 codes to go.
Yeah, hopefully I still have 3 left.
Give me codes. APC never gave me when I won.
So the final competition is going to be another sort of historical question. So the first one, what was the 2 co-hosts? This one's potentially a little bit easier. Outside of APC and Yuzzo, who has been the most regular appearance on Blue Plate, excluding co-hosts, so not Roxton, Stowaway, or myself. So the number 3 most popular appearance on Blue Plate, so not APC, not Yuzzo, who would it be? Squire. Bang, you got it. Squire Stash, very quick. It was indeed Jim Christ. So there you go, Squire Stash, you get a code.
There you go.
Actually, Squire Stash, tell me if you want. Tell me if you want that that code, Squire Stash. It's a Game of the Year code. Yeah, I actually thought it was going to be Greth when I did the numbers, and then yeah, Jim Christ pipped at the post.
I think Jim Christ was 5, then APC was 6, and then Yuzzo was 4.
Well, no, because Yuzzo was the most.
No, I'm gone, mate.
Wow, still.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Is he more drunk than I was when we were playing Rabbit final shit?
You know, you were pretty drunk back then, so I don't even know.
That's funny. So Yuzzo has me beat, huh?
So Yuzzo actually has you beat, yeah, and he's actually done. So I'll go through it actually. So where is it? I guess the appearance count. So yeah, Yuzzo is the top at number 6, as in 6 appearances. Then APC at 5. Jim Christ at 4, and then there's quite a lot at 3. We've got Zero, Greth, Lumberjack, Winners, Bart, Bowie, Shaz, Resilv, Remix. There's quite a lot of people that have made it on the show 3 times. But yeah, it was interesting. It was Jim Christ that actually managed to get there with number 4. So there you go. And now APC, we can throw it over to you to final thoughts and shoutouts.
Okay. Well, crap. How do I go through with this without making somebody mad at me?
Just do it. Do it.
The point does not.
Wow, put yourself together. I don't know. I guess I could start with I mean, NA Tribes crew from the NATL, NA Tribes with Beast Needs helping out, and Jim Christ and Custodian Cosmo with some graphics in their earlier days, and all those guys definitely helping out. You know, I need people like that to help me out. There's only so much I can do, and I don't have the best, you know, graphic design. I don't have all those traits that people offer. So it's a community. We make these things happen. I mean, communities make things happen, and here I am to help you guys to do that. And without them, yes, it's great. And then over to like Game Shrine, the crew over there. I mean, Lumberjack's been there every single minute I need him. He's always available. Grimble, G Reaper, you've been helping out a lot, and all you guys over there, thank you for helping out with the UTL and your ladder and all that jazz. And then the Australian community at tribesanz.com. Lencorp, I talk to him all the time. I'm actually talking to him now. He's a great guy. Sky Marshall over there. Those guys have been fantastic to get stuff together using the API or keeping their community in line and helping stuff out. So, I mean, without all those people, you know, admitting all that stuff, none of this would have been possible. So, I mean, you guys got to pay your dues for those people. Like, they put time in that they probably don't have, or it's really pushing to make it happen. And then for all the players actually participating in all these games and stuff, it's great. So thank you, just everybody all around. But more importantly, you guys. I mean, this is behind the blue plate. Stowaway, Doc Matrix, you know, putting all these hours in. Stowaway was pointing out how, Doc, you have a job, you have a kid, you have a wife, you have, you know, you have this to take care of, and I'm sure there's plenty more going on. You know, so I mean, even when you went to Australia, you decided that you could still make time for it. It's amazing, and it's really something that we all look forward to every day. And I don't think anybody would have been this consistent. Maybe we would have had a show like this without you guys, but I don't think it would have been this consistent or this just well put together. So cheers to you guys. I forgot the Wilder Zone. I mean, Holmes, great stuff. How's ya? Great stuff. I mean, that's like the latest and greatest. And Fixius for, yeah, that's right. I gotta say it. Fixius for Reddit. Reddit's like the #1 place that we all go to hang out. I mean, that's like the #1 stop I think all of us go to. We don't go to the high-res forums, I don't think. I see some of you guys on there, and usually it's not very constructive. But yeah, the Reddit there, and you know, Fixius, as much of a dick he can seem at times, he does this all by himself. Over 12,000 people registered now. I think we dipped down to 11,900 something now. But that number was really high, and he basically did it all by himself. And that is freaking great. So I do appreciate that. So thank you, Fixius. Yeah, that's my final thoughts and shout out. Let's like make another year of this. At least.
Outstanding. We'll do our best.
How will that happen, APC?
Hudson,
everybody working together as a community.
don't make me mute you, Knudsen. Stowaway, over to you.
Who?
You. Final thoughts.
Hang on. Let me just
Collect them.
Wow. So, play more video games though. Like.
Okay. So thank you to everyone for coming on to the panel because it's been a great show. Doc Matrix. No, shut up. Come on. Guys. Okay, so thanks to everyone for coming in so much. I really appreciate it. And Doc Matrix, you've put in so much work. And I know I was laughing at me because I'm a little bit drunk, but come on, he's put in so much work. So hands to Doc Matrix. At Doc Matrix on Twitter, and just I really love you guys. Check out ourselves at Quick Draw Esports at YouTube. I'm gonna post it.
I'm crying. I'm totally crying.
on YouTube.
No way.
On YouTube, and come on, just
no
be
Apparently you beat me on being drunkest.
Yeah,
according to Chess.
Just everyone who came on was really great, and everyone who supported us throughout the show has been really awesome. So thanks so much, and check us out at Quick Draw Esports at YouTube, and everyone.
So is there gonna be a Stowaway after show?
No.
There might be in Stowaway's bathroom. I think that's about
I'm gonna
it.
hang out on the NA Mumble for a bit.
Cool.
Stowaway, you're doing the drunken with me and Joseph, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I want to shout out to everybody who's ever been involved in Blue Plate in any capacity. That's the guests, that's the viewers, that's the people that have done work for us in terms of graphics. It's Stowaway, it's Roxton, it's Jester, it's JPY for co-hosting, it's Yazzo for being such an amazing community member and, you know, really stepping in when we needed him to be there. You saved my ass several times, so thank you, Yazzo, you're amazing. Grimble for all the work. You know, everybody that's been involved in the casting that we've been done. I know this is really focused on Blue Plate, but you know, all the guys that have come out to watch the casts. Hi-Rez obviously for making the game and supporting us, you know, both on the show and in the game and in the casting, all of the production that we do. Thank you so much to anyone who's ever been involved with anything we've done. It's been an absolute ride. It's an absolute pleasure to be involved with all of these things, whether it is the casting or the show. And just playing it. Thank you to everybody on the Mumble. Thank you for keeping the pugs running. Thank you for keeping the game alive. Thank you for giving us a reason to still be here. And yeah, I'm not going to draw it out. I'm going to leave it at that. So yeah, it's been an amazing year. And I really hope that we can push it forward for another year. That would be fantastic. We've got 50 episodes coming up. So yeah, like I think APC mentioned a bit earlier, because you know, there were a few gaps throughout the year. You know, didn't quite make 52 episodes, but I reckon 46 isn't bad. That's 6
not
weeks.
bad. That's
6 weeks
pretty
of holidays. That's standard, right?
And 3 cheers for Dog Matrix and Roxon for at least starting, and Dog Matrix for carrying on. So hip hip hooray!
Hip hip hooray! And yeah, big shout out to Roxton. Without him, we wouldn't be here at all. So we're gonna leave with that. Thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you to all the guests, APC, Norris, Mark Knudsen. Thank you to Winters, Jim Christ, Halamar, Lil Mamacita, Yuzzo, and Remix, Shaz, and Roxton. There we go. Got it through them all for all
Good
coming
luck,
out.
guys.
And sharing the celebration with us. So everybody out there, go play some tribes, go have some fun, and be sure to tune in next Wednesday night for episode number 47 of the new year of Behind the Blue Plate. We'll catch you around.
Yes.
The blue plate, come on, grab your friends. We'll go and play some Tribes Ascend with Dark Matrix and Stowaway. It's gonna be great. It's Behind the Blue Plate.